Brother, I swear to Christ, this is the worst streak of bad luck I have ever had in my entire life. Wow. I take a day off from work, I plan out a whole, like, mirabolant 12-hour 100-line streams. We get to a point where we actually have to persuade someone where we cannot save the game or exit or anything like that. The power goes out. My UPS unit does not keep the thing on for long enough. I had to rush to end the thing. I cannot turn it off in time. My PC shuts down. Thankfully, no hard disk drive is corrupted or anything. Nothing burned, I don't think. And thankfully, okay, like, this actually got me terrified for a second. I looked at the gameplay footage of the stream, and for a second I thought the file was corrupted, and I think, like, it damaged the file a little bit because it's like playing very slowly, and if I open it up, it takes a while to load up, but it plays everything. I checked the entire video just to be sure. It seems like it's playing everything. It just takes a while to load, so it definitely damaged the file, but it didn't corrupt it, so at least I can still use it. Like, my god, that actually got me fucking terrified for a second, because I cannot lose that footage, not at part fucking 50 of this shit. But okay, now we're back to this. The screen is trying to the screen is trying to turn off. I was already worried you were able to cut the recording. Yeah, I almost wasn't able to. Thankfully I was, because, like, I was able to turn off OBS, but not to turn off the computer. So at least that we managed to do. Now, okay, I had some time to think about this. And I think this is, like, a little fishy still, in terms of, like, accusing Ava. Because if we think about it, okay, what are the things that Takumi perceived that could lead Ava to being the culprit? Because if we think about it, Tsubasa also had all the knowledge that Ava had from this facility here, so she could have pulled it off, but there must be some other reason why Takumi is accusing Ava, why, like, he jumped immediately to Ava. Because otherwise, I can't see how this would, like, implicate her, right? Can you find anything that implicates Ava besides the fact that she's been here in this courtyard for a long time and she knows the place like the back of her hand? Because I certainly cannot. Because Tsubasa has all the knowledge that she has, and, you know, if that's the only thing that links us to the culprit, I think it's a bad reason, a bad motivation, a bad linker. So there's gotta be something else. So I guess we're gonna find out. Fine, I understand. This is utter foolishness. Let me summarize what you were trying to say. I went underwater, lifted the cage, and stabbed Shoma multiple times while he was gasping for air at the surface. Then I dove underwater again and turned the valve handle to open the drainage walls. Look, Takumi, I am neither a diver nor a mermaid. Even if I was an expert at holding my breath.
A regular person would struggle to do even one of the things you're accusing me of. And underwater at the...
Did they mention, oh, they mentioned it works. Oh, it has an oxygen tank.
It's absolutely possible.
It has an air tank. Okay, I didn't think about that. Holy shit, that's right. Okay, I did not think about that. That's creative, actually. You used your mask, Ava. Tsubasa told me about it. There's a miniature air tank in your mask. It allows you to use it as a sealed gas mask. You can breathe for up to 30 minutes using it like that. Yeah, I did say that. I never thought it would work underwater, though. Yeah, none of us thought about underwater. We just thought of gas mask because they mentioned the word gas mask. So I was like, oh, whoa, that's poison resistant, but it never thought of underwater. That's actually genius. What is the last piece of evidence?
Yes, I remember now. My mask did have a function like that. But someone stole it from me.
Okay, that's bullshit.
That person must be the real killer.
That's bullshit.
Yes, that has to be it. I know I am right.
You've been cornered and you know it, Ava. Just admit that you're the one behind this. Your mask was unique. It's custom made
Yep.
to fit a specific shape.
That's true.
According to Tsubasa, you're the only one who can wear it.
Dude, you're so in denial.
You were right, Ava. This isn't a crime that a regular person could have committed. Only a diver, mermaid, or someone with that particular mask could have done it. Ergo, the person who could wear that particular mask is the culprit. And only one person in this world can put on that mask. That person is standing right in front of me. It's none other than you, Ava!
You're the only one who could have killed Shoma.
You're the only one who could have killed Shoma!
Don't punish my mom for this. I mean, it's not up to me.
No!
That was a brilliant case, though. What the fuck? I wonder if she was instructed by Mr. X to pull this off.
No!
Like, that was brilliant. I would have never guessed all that shit. And I thought hard about it. Takumi, you're right. I killed Shoma. The method and flow of events were as you have deduced. I have nothing to add. But have I really done something wrong? I too had been threatened by X. I had no choice. Okay, so that explains that. They're still gonna blow her up. I wonder, honestly. When did you meet X? A short while before 1 a.m. on day 51, just before the murder, I heard a knock on my door. And you opened it? Yes. Why? The thought that he might be X outside the door did flash through my mind briefly. But I am not a part of the SDU, and I wasn't even here when he saw the threatening note. I just assumed that I could not have been on X's radar. Well, what did X say?
I have the remote detonator that will trigger the bomb inside your body.
I mean, so does everyone.
Here it is, in case you think I'm lying. I'm going to give you some instructions now, but you don't have much time. Follow my orders quickly, or else.
So he showed her the device.
Should you go against me, or tell the others about my existence, I will detonate the bomb in your body immediately.
Wait, what's going on? How did X get their hands on the detonator?
Huh?
Maybe they stole it from one of us? Or maybe they are one of us, that's the problem. Whoa, that pretty much implies that they're one of us. From Tsubasa herself, though, that's crazy. Huh. So that implies that it's not Tsubasa. But isn't that a little fishy? I don't know. Wait, hold on, Ponta. That doesn't mean that Tsubasa gave it to him. It just means that Tsubasa made it. Right? Maybe he stole Tsubasa's. Maybe she stole Tsubasa's without her knowing. We don't know if that means she gave it to him. Let's be a little bit on the fence about this. No, X said they obtained it through the proper channels from Tsubasa herself. No. Hang on, I got a burp. Bah. Okay. I duplicated the device and gave a copy to everyone. I'll pass you years later, Takumi. Now you're 100% sure that X is one of us. I mean, there's also Shoma's one. That's also true. Yeah, that's also true. No, I think you can remove me from that list. Did you never get yours? I passed the first detonator to Hiroko and never got it back, and I haven't received the duplicate from Tsubasa yet. But I don't think that crosses you off the list, buddy, because there's still Eito at play. That is fair! Sir Takumi shall be taken off the list of suspects! Yeah, my voice is wearing up. Everyone else started scrutinizing each other with great suspicion, not daring to even move their bodies, only their eyes. Hey Ava, just one thing. Yes? X said it'd blow you up if you told others about him, right? Yes? And that's what you're doing now. You feeling okay?
Why hasn't X blown you up yet, indeed?
I believe they could if they wanted to. The device is small enough to fit the palm of someone's hand. It could have been hidden in a sleeve, on their chest, or around the waist, and no one would notice. It would be easy to simply press the button at the opportune moment. But X cannot do that for one particular reason. And what's that? Takumi, do you remember what I told you about the bomb mechanism before? What specific part about your your pinky? Yes, I remember. Oh, yeah, that's fair. Yeah, that's one of the things I was thinking, honestly. Like when we gave the detonators to everyone, I was like thinking, well, if they blow her up, what, aren't they gonna get blown up too? Because that was the whole plan of her infiltration mission. I was actually thinking about that I just didn't comment on it. But yeah, good reminder. Anyone standing within a 25-yard radius at the time will be blown into smithereens. 25! That makes the blast diameter the length of an Olympic-sized swimming pool.
Basically the length of this entire courtyard.
Aha! That's why X isn't pressing the button. Because they'll be caught in the blast as well. And it's not like they can simply run away. Taking such action is as good as admitting you are X. That's why X got their hands tied, eh?
This is the perfect opportunity.
For what? To figure out who is X? Because you know, theoretically they should. Well, should they have the? Well, you know what? I'm not sure about that. Ooh, that's right. I mean, I wonder if the description is gonna be the same, though. Nice, they can't explode or I rejoice.
For us to get more information about X from Ava, since they can't blow her up, we can ask her anything we want.
Great idea! Ava, do you know anything else about X? Their height, body shape? They were dressed in the same outfit Shoma previously described and used a voice changer as well. So it was not possible to discern who they were by their looks and voice, but... Ava looked down. A short, hesitant silence later, she spoke again.
Actually, I figured out who X is.
I think that's a lie. I think that's a fucking lie. I think that's a fucking lie. She's trying to cooperate so that we won't explode her or something. What are you cooking, Ava? What are you fucking cooking? Oh my god. Huh. Are you going to hold that information unless we break all the detonators or some shit? She's gonna, oh my god, I think we're gonna have a choice here. She's gonna hold that information, and we're gonna have a choice to trust her or to not trust her. And if we do trust her, we're gonna have to get rid of all the detonators, and we're gonna listen to what she has to say. And I don't know who she's gonna accuse. If we do not listen to her, someone's gonna explode her. Oh my god. How did you figure that out? By their mannerisms. Okay. Their mannerisms? You know how some people will subconsciously touch their chin or play with their hair when thinking about something? These sorts of mannerisms, they tried really hard to hide it, of course, but I still managed to pick up on them. I mean, well, who here exactly has these types of mannerisms? I mean, I guess Hiroko touches their glasses, but... I mean, I guess Emo sometimes touches his hair, like he puts his hands, like, below his... not below, behind his head. But it can't be Emo. Makes no sense. I think that's bullshit. So? Who is X?
All right. I will tell you.
It's a pointing out hand under his chin when he thinks. I mean, yeah, that's one of his mannerisms.
X is. The real identity of X is.
Oh my god, she's like reverse carding us, man. Suddenly, a sense of dread washed over me. My mind started to work in overtime as I went through all the possibilities. Are you going to explode her, Takumi? I swear to God, someone's gonna explode her. Yeah, you thought the same thing I did. Fucking Christ. Maybe X would really press the button now. Everyone thinks X won't do it because that would mean blowing themselves up as well. But if their identity was revealed, it would be the end for them anyway. They might even prefer to die with everyone in the blast over being caught and imprisoned. But in that case, why weren't they pressing the button now before Ava could reveal their identity? It's because Mr. X doesn't know who they are, probably, and that implies you, Takumi. Were they banking on the possibility that Ava might say the wrong name? If she did, X could just sit back and watch the show without doing anything. And if she really said X's real name, they could always press the button at that time. Surely that was why X was adopting a wait-and-see attitude right now. Yeah, I guess that makes sense. It might be dangerous for Ava to say that name out loud. Even if she got it right, everyone would die anyway. Still, I might be just overthinking things. X could be hesitating simply because they were afraid to die. What do I do? What should I do? There was literally no time to hesitate any longer. My final decision was... Also, we do get to decide. So we do get to decide before her. Shut Ava up. Oh. Never mind. Never mind. Well, this is an interesting decision. I mean, if we shut her up, it's gonna look very bad for us. Because everyone's gonna think, why did you shut her up, Takumi? Are you secretly Mr. X? And we're like, no, I just wanted to protect us, because if Mr. X is revealed, then she's gonna explode. The power company was trying to prevent the worst outcome. Shame on them. What do I do here, man? I think no will give me the bad ending. And yes, we'll keep the route going. But I'm not sure. I think I'm gonna go with no for the time being. My wife is in danger in any case. I wouldn't know what to do. I'm gonna say no. Just because I think this is the bad ending. I decided to let Ava finish her sentence without interruption, however. She did not say anyone. She just... Oh! She stayed silent after that and refused to say another word. What is the matter, Lady Ava?
X got your tongue.
Or do you actually not know who X is? I knew she was lying. What? Then why did you pretend like you knew? You wanted to see if they would jump, or if they would, like, take any action. At Ima's question, Ava suddenly... She smirked and let out a chuckle, looking as if she was mocking us. When I saw her expression, the truth dawned on me. Of course. You're afraid, right? You're afraid to die. Even if you were forced to do so by X, you were still the one to kill Shoma. This is an unforgivable act. Then you thought to yourself, I'm going to be thrown into the cage again. This time, they're never going to let me out. Why should I stay then? I'll blow myself up and take everyone in the SDU with me. But you were afraid to face death. You never had that courage to begin with. So you decided to leave it in the hands of X, right? The act of pressing the button to activate the bomb.
Oh, that's why you lied about knowing X's identity.
Wait, that means you're going along with us all this time was just an act? When you said you hated Veshinus, was that a lie too? Also, you could gain our trust and gather intel while hiding in plain sight. Ava said nothing in response. Her lips didn't move for a second. But something else did. Her hands. Whoa. Whoa. Don't do the pinky. The detonator is on a joint of my left hand pinky finger. Moving it in a particular motion triggers an explosion. My body moved before my mind did. I exploded into action and dashed over to Ava at breakneck speed. I grabbed her left wrist and shouted loudly.
Get away, everyone!
At that, everybody made a mad scramble for the exit. Right after that, Ava grabbed my shoulder and forced me to face her. As I did, I saw a raised foot and I found myself being kicked away. I landed near the exit where there were other 5 people. They had just reached the gate and were not yet outside. The other 5 had rushed to the exit on the other side and were about to the same distance away as well. I quickly stood up and looked in Ava's direction. She pinched her little finger and said,
Is this the courage you said I didn't have?
She pulled on her little finger without a trace of hesitation. Okay. Is that an ending? No. Day 80, though.
Up and Adam troops, time to rise and shine! Wow, it's finally your 80th day of active service here at Last Defense Academy!
Life is ruined. At least the boss is still alive. Don't you worry, man.
We have just 20 days left! The end is really in sight now! Just a bit longer until humanity is saved! Work together to protect the school and humanity, okay?
It's day 80. I was already so used to waking up and finding out that I had missed a bunch of days that I was no more surprised by the fact I was somehow still alive. That I was more surprised. Come to think about it, I seem to recall someone pulling me back with great force just before the explosion. That could be why I survived. I wonder who saved me. I wonder if it was Ima, actually. I didn't see who it was, but I remember the lavender fragrance. Is that Nozomi? Do you remember anyone with lavender fragrance, actually, Ponta? I do not remember. I had a feeling that's Nozomi, but I could be just making this up. I can think about that later. Is everyone okay? I stood up from the makeshift bed. 8. Are you joking, or is that... Because he's like saying, fuck you. I stood up from the makeshift bed, pulled open the curtain divider, and stepped outside. I'm not joking on this, sure. And then... What it means Tsubasa and Moko are gone. What?
Exactly what I meant. They are both missing when I woke up.
You were the last 3 on watch last night, right? I swear I'm not joking on this. What? Dude, come on. Yeah, I know he likes nature, but why can't he smell like lavender? Anyone can have a fucking lavender perfume. I don't remember them ever describing Eita with the lavender fragrance. That makes no sense to me. You were the last 3 on watch last night, right?
Yes, but halfway through my shift, I felt a pain on my neck like something had pricked me. Somebody must have jabbed me with that stolen anesthetic because I blacked out immediately.
Neither does to me. He only smells like shrubs, kind of.
And when you woke me up, they were both gone. That's what I've been trying to say.
It was at this point that he knew he'd fucked up. It was at this point that everybody finally noticed I was awake. So, Takumi, I see you have decided to rejoin us in the land of the living. Sure. 5 days no see.
Oh!
Pretty fast, all things considered. Yeah, hey, shouldn't we be looking for Tsubasa and Moko? Yes, the 9 of us here will split up into groups of 3. After some discussion, we decided on the following groups. Group 1, me, Nozomi, and Darami. Group 2, Takemaru, Kurata, Kyoshika. Group 3, Hiruko, Yugamo, and Ima. Okay, this is probably important to remember. Hiruko, Yugamo, Ima, Takemaru, Kurata, Kyoshika. Nozomi, Darami, Takumi. Okay. Just making a mental picture of this. Let's go find them. And thus we embarked on a search for Tsubasa and Moko. We visited every place in the school to see if we could find any traces of them. However, they're nowhere to be found.
It's already been an hour since we started looking.
Suddenly we heard a strained voice coming from the schoolyard. No. Oh, no, they're not the schoolyard. Bad news! And I just said that Tsubasa was alive. Oh my fucking Christ. Teams Takumi and Takemaru, can you hear me? If so, come to the parking lot right now. We gave each other knowing glances before rushing toward the stairwell together. I'm back. Hey, Crosby. We had a power outage, and we are back too. Welcome, welcome. Takemaru's team was already at the parking lot by the time we arrived. There were a few trees near the parking lot. Hiruko and Takemaru's teams were staring agape at something near the top of them. Where they hanged? Dread started to pull in the pit of my stomach. I turned slowly and cautiously to look in the direction of their stairs. What I saw was... Oh, God, man.
No!
Oh, fucking Christ. And it seems like Tsubasa was stabbed in the chest and Moko had a wound in the neck. Fucking Christ. This is awful, dude. This is fucking awful. It's turned into a nightmare in a few minutes. It kind of did. Oh my lord. I lost both waifus, you kinda did. And I fucking just said, oh, at least Tsubasa is alive. Terrible route. Brother, this is happening all too fast. I wonder if their hearts are ripped out. We need to check that.
How?
It was clear they were both dead. Blood drained from my face and I felt sick to the bone. Now 5 of my friends are dead. I didn't know how my heart wasn't breaking apart. Bubba's defying physics again. Yeah, kind of. That vision is very disturbing. Kind of, it is, man. Like, Jesus. Who could have done this, though? Man. Somehow I held myself together and said...
Help me lower them to the ground and move them to the infirmary.
Yeah, we might as well try. Oof. Subject Tsubasa Kawana. Cause of death, hemorrhagic shock. Estimated time of death, day 8 between 5 and 8 a.m. So this was very early, actually. Can never catch a break in this route. Yeah, man. This route is crazy. Multiple stab wounds on the chest and abdomen. The murder weapon is likely a sharp blade about 8-inch long. Is Mr. X providing them with the weapon every time? I think Mr. X is providing them with the weapon because Shoma, Shoma was handed the knife. And, well, when he died from Ava, the stab wounds looked the same as they did before. They even used the same, like, drawing for it, so I assume, like, it wasn't different. And that's the same description, so I can only assume that, fucking... What's his name? The Mr. X has been giving them the weapon. Kyoshika's the only one left with a sharp blade, and Takumi was unconscious that we know of. Takumi was unconscious, but Eito, not so sure. And like I'm saying, if Mr. X is giving them the weapons, then it throws that out the window. It doesn't matter who has the sharp weapons. It really doesn't. Too much time has passed since death. Insufficient cryptoglobin present in body. Impossible to revive. Didn't Ava do it with her own weapon? I mean, they never stated that. They just stated that she stabbed him. Never stated that. That's why I'm a little sus of Mr. X giving them the weapons. Because that's what happened with Shoma in the time where he like stabbed himself. Subject Mokomojiru. Cause of death hemorrhagic shock. Estimated time of death day 80 between 5 and 8 a.m. Likely they died at the same time. Lacerated carotid artery. The murder weapon is likely a sharp blade of unknown length. Okay, weird. Weird. Very weird. I mean, that's basically her neck wound. Too much time has passed since the death. Insufficient cryptoglobin present in body. Impossible to revive. Okay, if the lengths are different, then that probably implies different weapons. And that's probably very important evidence. After everyone had a chance to view the monitor, the mood in the room had turned utterly gloomy. Perhaps the butcher's knife she was holding? Yeah, now we can't rule that out. We silently moved our bodies to the morgue. Hey, do you mind if I mention something?
Huh?
Go on.
It's something I noticed about Tsubasa's back.
Okay, so her heart was taken out. What about Moko's? Well, make Yoshika survive so to bring some softness to the satellite. Don't jinx it. Don't jinx it. But I was gonna say, remember in that ending where everyone, well, in those multiple endings where everyone was dead, the people hanging were Tsubasa, Takemaru, Kako, no, not Kako, what the fuck? Tsubasa, Hiroko, Darumi, Takemaru, and Ima. So I wonder if that was like some sort of foreshadowing. I was thinking about that as we were going through the deaths. Isn't that a little weird to you? Because, like, out of those, Tsubasa ended up hanged. So it's almost like, here's like the thing, here's like what's making me suspicious. It's almost like Mr. X has like predetermined deaths for each person, and he's just like giving instructions to people to carry them out. And for this particular case, he wanted to hang Tsubasa and Moko. Of course, we never saw Moko dying until now in that route. So maybe that was the point of that route, to give you like reference on how they're supposed to die, which in which case, well, Kiyoshika would, I guess, die with poison because I don't remember seeing blood on her. Yugamo, yeah, Yugamo, and I think, well, did we see blood on Kurara, actually? I don't remember seeing blood on Kurara either. Moko wasn't dead though. Exactly, that's what I'm saying, but Tsubasa was. But Tsubasa wasn't, she was hanged just like this. So I wonder if that route is supposed to have like some foreshadowing elements to it. Even though Moko hasn't died here, maybe that's the plan. Maybe that's like her plan moving forward. Someone will, you know, if she were to die, she would die hanged just like Tsubasa and Hiroko and Darumi and Ima and Takemaru. So I'm gonna keep those deaths in mind, actually, to see how the other ones die.
Huh?
Just got her heart stolen like the others? Wait, how did you know about the hearts being stolen?
Oh.
I decided it was not something worth hiding and told them about it. Right.
But I don't think the cases are related. Neither of them had their backs cut open.
Okay.
Then what is what you wanted to tell us about... Oh, then what it is you wanted to tell us about Tsubasa's back? I noticed it when the hem of her blues hitched up while we were moving her body just now.
Darumi walked over to Tsubasa's body and removed the sheet that was covering it. She turned the body and pulled the blues up so that we could see the strange thing on her back.
Huh.
Huh? What?
Think so. Could be a Z or an N as well. I don't know.
This is a 11037 situation here. What the fuck? I mean, it definitely looks like a 2.
Huh?
The mark is small enough to be completely covered by a hand. Not located in the center, but more toward the left side of her spine. Okay, left side of the spine. Interesting.
Huh?
This is indeed curious. The purplish color even makes it look like a bruise. Oh, very interesting. Maybe it's like one of those, you know, those like markers that they use to using like cows to like burn like a sigil on them. I wonder if that was burned into her. Right? I mean, Yugamo, you're like the specialist in bodies here. Can you tell?
Oh!
What could this number mean? Nobody had an answer to that. I'm wondering if it was like the order they were killed, or like, what the fuck? We checked Moko's back as well, but there was no markings at all, let alone one that looked like a number. Why only Tsubasa? Huh. After that, we turned them both back around, closed our eyes, and put our hands together to pay our respects. Moko! 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 Nozomi clung onto Moko's body and wept bitterly. Her anguish chokes and sobs reverberated throughout the hushed morgue. So weird. Night soon fell, and when bedtime approached, Kurata suddenly brought something up.
I found this in Tsubasa's space. Can you guys take a look at it?
The organic life detection device? 9. Same as the number of people here. Ain't it about time you just showed your hand, X? You're one of us here, aren't you? No criminal in their wrong mind would happily come forward to identify themselves when asked. How about this, X? Fess up with a promise not to throw your stick little ass into jail. So, come on, help us out here.
Are we only talking to X right now?
Say what?
X instructed someone to kill Kako and Shoma. What if it was the same thing this time?
Hey, don't you go putting weird ideas in my head. You're basically saying there are 2 killers among us. Dude, the fucking ... is absurd. Like, I find this so suspicious. This is not the type of reaction Takumi has in this game. Takumi never reacts like that. At the very least, those dots are never blue. If it is a ... it's always white. He has never done this in any other route. Whatever the case, we should probably be sleeping together. I agree. X should still have some of that anesthesia left. Don't you think the black fade outs on dialogues were also weird? No, those happen. Those happen occasionally. They're not too weird. I'm more concerned about these like dots here because I know for certain they have never happened. The fade outs, they do happen. In my dream or discrim, never really faded to black while the text window was still on. Now that has happened plenty of times before. I know that for sure. I agree. X should still have some of that anesthesia left. Another option is to increase the number of people on watch, but it's probably safer for everyone to just sleep in their own rooms.
What do you think, Takumi?
I folded my arms across my chest and thought long and hard about it before saying, yes, going back to sleeping in our rooms may be the better option at that point. On the condition that nobody opens the door until morning announcement. Are we clear on that?
Up and Atom troops, time to rise and shine! Get ready for your 81st day of active service here at Last Defense Academy! Prepare to spend another day enduring the unendurable and suffering the insufferable to pave the way for humanity's future greatness. Be ready to give your lives to protect our beloved school from the vile and barbaric enemy!
I didn't black out despite having gone through so many stressful events yesterday. I didn't know why. It wasn't like I'd been cured of the fainting disease. During the day, we split up into groups to investigate the deaths of Tsubasa and Moko. I'm paying like extra attention to this case just because I was a little overwhelmed by the last one. But we didn't find a single clue. Soon the sun started setting. Darkness took over.
At ease, soldiers. It's time to hit the hay. You never know when the invaders might attack, so rest up while you still can. Well then, good night.
It happened right after the bedtime announcement had played. The sound of the doorbell sent a chill up my spine. Was it X? Were they here to get me? Do we have a choice here to open the door? Those thoughts raced through my mind as I gingerly made my way over to the door, where I was greeted by a familiar voice from the other side. Okay. I know what you're thinking, Takumi. Maybe Hiroko is X, right? But you would be wrong. I am not X. I mean, I'm not convinced you are X, but maybe you're here to kill me by X's orders. I'm a little terrified. Yeah, you say that, but just listen to me. I need to tell you something. You're likely innocent because you did not have the detonator for Ava's bomb. For that reason, I trust you. I want to tell you something I remembered. What is it? I'm going to the morgue now. If you trust me, meet me there. I'll be waiting for you. I heard the sound of her clacking heels getting softer and softer until it went completely silent. What should I do? I don't believe Hiriko's X, but... Aw, damn it. I hid my infuser under my clothes as a precaution and ran directly to the morgue. Okay. Okay, dude. Interesting. That's probably very important to keep in mind. I have never met an idiot as stupendously naive as you. Did you even consider what would have happened to you if I really had been X? But you said you weren't. Only a gullible idiot would believe a potential suspect is not a bloodthirsty serial killer simply because they said so. I gritted my teeth in frustration and said, anyway, what was this thing you remembered? Hiriko walked over to Tsubasa's dead body without a word. She stopped in front of the body and removed the sheet. She turned the body over before lifting the blues up. It's that strange number we saw yesterday. What about it? Is it the same handwriting from the Let's Play a Killing Game shit? I think so. Wait, what? Never mind. I thought it cooked. What is liver mortis? Is this some sort of like morgue notation or what the what? This is her liver mortis code. Liver mortis code? It's a unique number that appears on the back of all SDU members when they lose almost all their cryptoglobin. Why do you know that? Why do you know that, Hiroko? Dude, I swear to God, Hiroko has been a member of a team before and we have never heard about it. Holy shit, I swear to God, the fucking distress signal was played, she was recollected, and then she was brought back to world with us. There's so many things that point to Hiroko being a member before, and this is one of the things that he said like in the first fucking session of the game. She was here before with another team, and then she was brought again. She was fought before. I swear to fucking Christ, if I was right on that, we're getting too many clues. But why was Tsubasa 2 though? That's the question. Only those from Team 1 have this. That's why Moko doesn't. Very interesting, Miss Shizuhara. Very interesting. I almost want to go back to that pod scene to see like what order they were positioned in the pods, remember? Not only that, I'm pretty sure Nozomi's artificial battle suit has a 10 on the sides. The headset she wears has a number 10. I'm pretty sure. Assuming those corpses hadn't become fully purple by now, I guess. The problem, Ponta, is that the heart was pulled out from exactly where that number would sit. So we couldn't be able to tell those with the dead bodies. Right? Because it's the left side of the spine, according to Darumi. So it's basically where you would pull the heart from, so that fucks it up. That fucks it up very much. Unless someone has a heart on the right side, which, well, in that case. But yeah, Nozomi has a number 10 on the headsets of her artificial class armor. Keep an eye out for that. Because if you remember correctly, she was the last one on the bottom row of the pods in that one Kamakura General Hospital shot. I think Shoma was like the 5th or 6th. I'm not actually sure. But then again, there were members from the 2nd unit there, so I'm not actually sure if that means anything. I'm probably overthinking. Where did you hear about this? Oh my god. Okay, Hiroko, stop that shit. Stop. Oh my god, she's been a fighter before. Oh, she's been a fighter before. I'm telling you this shit. That is a 3-day long story I can tell you another time. All I can tell you now is that this is a very reliable piece of information. She moved to Shoma's body next, removing the sheet covering him. She flipped his body around so that his back was facing up. There was a large gaping hole there, exactly. Shoma too? Yes, I believe X must have done this. But when? We've been moving in groups ever since he died. Well, there was just one sliver of opportunity X could have taken advantage of. That's probably when Kurata fainted, I would assume. What's that? When Ava Ooh, okay. Okay. Ooh, fuck. Everyone got caught in the blast and were knocked out. It was the next morning by the time we regained consciousness. X must have woken up sooner than the rest of us, and... Hideko showed me Eito and Gaku's back cavities next. Finally, she turned Kaku's body over. Now we have 4 cases on hand. Every wound is the same shape. X used the same method to remove their hearts from their bodies. Sure seems that way. What do you see when you look at this wound? It's way too perfect. It's a perfect hole. So they must have used some sort of tool or... This is weird. Well, the outline is rather clearly defined, like they were cut open with a scalpel or something. Oh, I get it now. It's in the exact location. That has to be it. Yeah, they're probably trying to conceal the numbers for some weird reason. The part of their backs with the liver mortis code has been cut out. Well done. Is it the same for Moko? No, because Moko does not have a number. She's from the 2nd class Defense Academy. Yeah, seriously. Seriously, Takumi. Haven't you been listening? The liver mortis code only shows up for those from Team 1. Moko's from Team 2. Naturally, her back is code free. After saying that, Hideko returned the bodies to their original positions. But why would X do such a thing? I am guessing it's because they do not want us to learn of their existence. I mean, I guess it makes sense because if they, if they kill, let's say if they kill 9 people from, Oh yeah, because like if they you know, wait. But doesn't that imply them in their way? Because if they're so adamant about clearing those numbers, that implies there's someone from Academy 1, right, Ponta? I guess that's the only conclusion I get from this. I'm guessing it is because they do not want us to learn of their existence. If the bodies were left in their original states, somebody was bound to notice the codes sooner or later. Oh, so they were trying to hide the codes, not their identity.
Oh.
So they cut out the part with the code in order to keep them hidden from us, and maybe disguise it as a heart steal so that we would be over-focused on the hearts and not realize the liver mortis code. Of course, because X's true name starts by E and is from Team 1. Shut up. Why take out the hearts? To probably a red herring. Most likely, wow, bingo. Most likely a red herring. Think about it.
Oh.
What would be the first thing to come to your mind if you saw that multiple bodies had only a certain part of their backs cut away?
Huh?
I would think there had to be something on our bodies as well.
Ugh.
You see, now you were getting it. You would think X is targeting something invisible on part of our bodies, right? And what would you do with that information? What am I supposed to do? For example, I would cut out that part of my body before X could get their hands on it. Or cover it with something like a tattoo of a soaring dragon.
Oh.
X would likely be highly inconvenienced if we did that. That is why they took out the heart as well. They wanted us to believe their target was not the patch of skin on our backs, but the hearts on our bodies. That was an overcomplicated explanation of just, oh, they were trying to deceive us. I don't know why you went so far with that, Hideko, but okay. That's why X did that. Though, that still leaves us with one question.
Huh?
What's that?
Oh.
I'll explain later. You see, X's objective has to do with knowledge of the liver mortis codes. Okay.
Ugh.
Our current hypothesis is that X cut out the particular part of the skin because he's one of the Team 1 members. Not because they were avid skin collectors, but simply to stop us from knowing about the existence of the codes. But if that is true,
Oh.
why set up the red herring? Good question. Because X's objective was only to know what the codes were. If they could... Oh, because if X's objective was only to know what the codes were, they could have simply gotten rid of the bodies once they saw it. Fair. They could have tossed the bodies onto the wall of fire, buried them in the forest, yet X did none of these things. Why? Jiroko, you're edging me too hard. What the fuck? I'm not sure, but maybe they needed the bodies to be left in the morgue for some reason. I wonder if that has something to do with the sponsors necromancy shit. You think so too? Yes, X clearly wanted to leave the bodies in here.
Oh.
But by so doing, it would allow us to find out about the existence of the liver mortis codes, which defeats the purpose. Yeah, so what the fuck is going on here? That is why they went through the trouble of setting up such a complicated red herring, removing the skin and hearts of those already dead. Yeah, okay, makes sense, I get it, because they needed the bodies, but they needed to hide the liver mortis code, so they set up the red herring so it would be over-focused on that and not even realize that we were missing the codes. And only Hiroko noticed that because she remembered it from her past life here. But even if she knew about the rigor mortis codes, it never even crossed her mind because the red herring was just that effective. So the question is, why does X want the bodies preserved? Exactly. That is what I'm trying to find out. Let's put that aside for now and talk about something else. Why does X want you to know what the liver mortis codes are? Good question too. It has to do with the distress signal transmitter. Oh my god, okay. Okay, so I wonder if only one of them can trigger the distress signal transmitter, because the way they explained it was ambiguous. Because they said if all members except one survive, this distress signal transmitter is gonna trigger. But is that one a specific person, or can it be anyone? It was ambiguous in the way that it was stated. So please explain that to us, Hideko. The transmitter the boy with the undying flames told us about. I recently found out there's something called the distress signal transmitter somewhere in this school. It was put here in the event of all but one my god, I can't read. It was put here in the event of all but one member of Team 1 dying. Once the correct series of okay. Once the correct series of codes have been entered into the transmitter, it would, well, transmit a distress signal. I wonder if the correct series of codes is the order they died. Right? It could very well be that. So it would go Gaku, Kaku, Shoma, and Tsubasa. So far. Oh, sorry. Eito, Gaku, Shoma. No. Eito, Gaku, Kaku, Shoma, Tsubasa. Five, sorry. Oh, I know. The correct series of codes they mentioned, it must be referring to the liver mortis codes, exactly. Yes, there are 10 people on Team 1. Entering 9 of our codes will summon the rescue craft. But can it be any order? Because knowing the liver mortis codes of 9 people indicates that 9 people have entered total death. Oh yeah, because they only appear when your cryptoglobin depletes, so it makes sense, because you only see the number at that point, so that's like when the code gets revealed. Makes sense. So it is the order of their deaths. Total death? It means the complete cessation of life. In this state, a person is impossible to revive. Well, Ruby Tear is always a thing. Okay, but how did you come across all this information? The same way I came across the previous information, by remembering them. Oh, the 3-day-long story you're talking about. Yes, I will explain further when time is more on our side. For now, our priority is to identify X. Do you understand now? Do you understand why I said X's objective is to find out the liver mortis codes? Yes, because I think they want to go to the satellite. They want to escape to the satellite and do whatever the fuck they want there. Does this mean X is trying to summon the rescue craft? Exactly. It is very likely. So that they can leave the school? Quite so. Which also means X already knows where the distress signal transmitter is located. Possibly. Because the liver mortis codes would be useless otherwise. Oh, you have to input it there. That's right. That's right. That is a logical line of reasoning. Keep going. If we find the distress signal transmitter ourselves, we may find a clue to X's identity. Hideko nodded deeply at my words. That is why I'm going to start looking for the distress signal transmitter now. Care to join me? Okay, that scene was hype, dude. Oh my god. Okay, that scene is so hype. But it's almost midnight. What are you? 5? Alright. But this creates such a big issue, though. This creates such a big issue, Ponta, because theoretically, Hiroko's the only one who would know all this information. Right? Out of all of us here in Team 1, Hideko should be the only one who would know this information, right? Doesn't that make her a little suspicious? She's the only one who would know the rigor mortis codes, who would know, not rigor mortis, sorry, liver mortis. Because, like, I'm mixing up, because rigor mortis is the process of decomposition, and liver mortis is the thing they came up with this game, which is a play on rigor mortis. So, And if she is X, you'd be helping her on her goal. Yeah, that's the problem. But I just can't find it in me and to distrust the Hideko. I just trust her too much. Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. I want to trust her, but it's certainly weird that she's, like, aware of all that stuff and revealing all that plan to us. Maybe it's just meant to earn our trust, right? Wait, liver mortis isn't a wordplay. What? I'm gonna actually look this up. Liver mortis, or bluish color of death, is the pooling of blood in the lowest parts of blood after death. Oh, I thought it was a play on rigor mortis, because rigor mortis is like the process of decomposition of a body when it after, you know, it dies. Huh. So they're two, like, kind of referring to similar things. Oh, it's like the discoloration of the skin. Yeah. Yeah. When the skin becomes purple because blood stagnates. Yeah, okay. I learned something today. Hideko and I ran around the school all night in search of the distress signal transmitter. We found nothing in the end. It's almost 6. If we're not in our rooms for the morning announcement, the others may suspect of us being X. Yes, we should call it we should call it a day for now. And just as Hideko was about to finish her sentence, hello. Thank Latin for having so many similar words, I guess. Kurara! Shh, hide yourself. What in the world? Why is she awake? That's so weird. Did Mr. X come to her? You made a rule that we should never go anywhere alone, remember? So why is Kurara wandering around by herself then? Well, now that you mention it. We peered out from around the corner of the hallway to see where Kurara was going. She quickly vanished in the direction of the staircase. She just wants to go to the bathroom. The sound of the footsteps on the floor above us slowly became softer and softer until we heard the roof door closing. Then there was silence. Kurara went upstairs. I mean, we are on the ground floor, but she just came from that staircase. Why would she come down the stairs just to go up again? Maybe she didn't come down the stairs. Huh. Yeah, you mean she was already here on this floor doing something and then just went up? Are you saying? We started investigating the area around the staircase, groping around wall surfaces to see if we could find anything. Oh my god. And then... There's no fucking way. There's no fucking way. There's no fucking way. There's no fucking way.
What is this?
There's no fucking way. Okay, I don't think Kurara is the mastermind. There's no fucking way. I think Mr. X just told her about this location and she went here to do some stuff. There's no way Kurara is the mastermind. That's bullshit to me.
A secret door.
Let's see what's inside.
Yes.
Behind this door was a staircase leading down into a pitch darkness.
Kurara didn't come downstairs.
She came upstairs.
She came up from here.
So, at the end of this staircase...
Yes. There's something to be discovered for sure. Let's go see.
I wonder if there are already numbers inputted into the receiver. Oh god. Okay, can you decipher the kanji? I know that one is the kanji for stand. It's Ritsu. And the other one is to enter. Stand and enter, it's high. Ritsu and high, and the one beneath is stop. So enter, stop. The first one next to the one for stop, I don't know what it is. This place is very frozen, by the way. Dude, what the fuck is happening? Huh. I mean, if you want to decipher those kanji, feel free to do so, Ponta, but I'm not gonna do it right now. I know those kanjis are right, I'm gonna do it for you. Alright, I think I can do this pretty quickly, at least for the top row. Why is my Japanese keyboard not working? The fuck? No, seriously, why? Why is my... I don't know why my Japanese keyboard is not working. I'm not gonna figure this out. I'm gonna look into it later. This place... I cannot believe we're still discovering new places in the school on day 82.
Huh?
It's freezing in here. Your unfunny jokes make the heat in the room shrivel up and die. God damn it, Hideka. I don't recall making any jokes. There is a device of some sort in the middle of the room. We should check it out. Hideko and I approached the device and stared at the display monitor. Takumi Eito. Okay, I think it's in reverse order because it's Japanese. It's Japanese, so it's right to left. And Tsubasa is 2. So Kako 1, Tsubasa 2, Darumi 3, Hideko 4. Okay. Hideko 4, Ima 5, Shoma 6, Gaku 7, Takemaru 8, Eito 9, Takumi 10. I just like got dude, I just got like frozen for a second because you know what the novel was called for Hideko? File 03, Hideko Shizuhara. So I got like I just froze for a second when I saw Hideko was 4th. Right? I just froze for a second and was like, "Oh my god." But no, not actually. I mean, this order could be a little jacked, we don't know. Or maybe she was number 3 before? I don't know, man. But if they are... I don't think that makes sense because if these are their codes, the what would be the point on what would be the point for Mr. X to kill us? But if the distress thing needs a code of 9 numbers, there would be no point on displaying them all. What do you mean? Oh, I see. Because it's 10. It's 10 people, right? No, yeah. You're right on that. But here's the thing. Like, I think the code changes depending on who dies. So, like... you know, you never know who's gonna die, so you need to have the code set up to all of them. So like, let's say Takumi dies, everyone dies but Darumi. You just do the code but except the number from Darumi, and that's the rigor mortis. That's the liver mortis code. The full code. I think that's what this is supposed to be. Yeah, that's probably what it is because I see a pad. I see a number pad on you know, underneath the thing. So I think you need to like input the numbers for each person. I don't think it's like on order, of course. I think it's like Tsubasa is 2, but maybe I don't know. Maybe Shoma is like 8. Maybe Kako was 5 or something like that. And he's like, whoever is the last survivor of the 10 comes here, inputs the code, and runs away. You know. Based on like everyone else who dies. What I think is suspicious about this, Ponta, is let's think about this. Hiruko decided to tell us about the distress transmitter right now, and coincidentally, when we walk out of the room, we see Kurara coming out of this secret compartment of the academy where the transmitter is located. It's almost like Hiruko wants us to believe her, and she's setting up Kurara to be the mastermind. Doesn't that sound a little fishy to you? It's almost like Hiruko's setting her up. Maybe Hiroko is Mr. X. She gave the orders to Kurata, and then she knew Kurata was gonna come here because that was the order she was given. And then she called Takumi to the morgue, told her the entire history and details about the liver mortis code, came here knowing that Kurata would be walking by so that she could incriminate Kurata for being here and alone with this device. So I'm a little sus. I think Hiruko's acting a little weird here. I don't fully trust her. I definitely don't think Kurata is the mastermind. I think she was just told of this place by the true Mr. X, which might as well be Hiruko. There was a user manual of sorts in the bottom left part of the screen which read, Distress Signal Transmitter. Enter the liver mortis code of each SDU member in the blank spaces on the screen. A distress signal is transmitted when 9 correct codes are entered. Okay, so that explains basically what I told you, which is how I thought it worked anyway. You know, I had another idea, but it's a little weird and exaggerated perhaps. Do you tell? Nothing is too far-fetched for this game. Nothing is too far-fetched. Remember that Hiroko Victory's goal was making it alive with everyone? I know what you're gonna say. You're gonna say that she's doing this because people have already died in the beginning of it, and she wanted to make sure that everyone survived. So now she's cooking up this entire scheme. Yeah, exactly. I see. I thought of that. I actually thought of that, but I thought it was too exaggerated, like you said, so I didn't comment on it. So I actually followed your line of thinking, but I thought it was too much. But honestly, now that we're seeing all this stuff happening, thank you for sparing me to type them. Yeah, I knew where you were going with that because I thought of it too. I don't know, man. It's possible, but I feel like it's a little too sadistic for Hiruko. Because, like, she seems to value people a lot. And even in a route, like, if you look at her actions in the killing game route, even when people were already, like, dead, she still wanted to protect, like, Darumi and everyone, right? So, I don't want to think that's all, you know, bullshit. She sacrificed herself for Darumi, even. For one person. If she wanted everyone to survive, then wouldn't she be acting like that since then? Like, from the other routes as well? Her behavior is inconsistent if you consider that. Yeah, it does. So I don't think that's the case. It's almost easier to think she's, like... I don't know, man. It's like I said, it's hard to distrust Hiroko because Hiroko is just deep down a really good person. I don't know what to think of it, but her behavior here is certainly a little weird. However, should a single incorrect code be entered, poison gas will be released from the tank behind the device. I mean, if you have some sort of mask or something to prevent the poison from killing you, you could definitely try to guess the numbers. Okay, never mind. All sorts of physical objects. Does that... Well, FB couldn't actually do... I was gonna say, oh, could FB interact with the Spano? And not really, because he's not physical, so he can't interact with physical things. So no, this doesn't work. That's why I suspect it's future Eito who just wants to call another team and with the distress things, so to set another killing game. Or going to the satellite. I think going to the satellite is more likely. Maybe he comes from a timeline where he destroyed the satellite, and then he killed Takumi, absorbed his time-traveling ability, went back in time to this timeline, where he could set up this entire thing to set the distress signal, go to the satellite, and create havoc there. It's more likely, right? Neither a gas mask nor a biohazard suit will offer any sort of protection against you. Have been warned.
Oh.
Okay. This is it. This is the distress signal transmitter we were looking for. To think it's been here this whole time. And she's acting too much like she doesn't know this place, right? She's almost hammering like, isn't Kurata suspicious? Didn't you think she's suspicious? And like she's making jokes like here. I cannot believe we're still discovering new places around this. This is so weird. This is a little... I don't know, man. I don't... This is a major discovery. In my excitement, I started looking around at the other areas of the room. The next moment, I felt my blood going cold. I saw something I hadn't noticed initially because all my attention had been on the device. An object in the corner of the room. Huh? No, that wasn't an object. It wasn't. That was... Oh my fucking Christ. 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 So she's a suspect as Kurata? I don't think so, dude. I don't think so. And by the way, Kurata has no blood on her. Just like in the future we got earlier. Huh. Those are her pajamas, by the way. Those are her pajamas. Dude. Nice dress, though. I think those are her jams, dude. Speaking of which, technically Hideko 2 broke the Takumi rule set. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair, honestly. But now I don't know what you think. Now I don't know what you think. She looks very cute, though. You gotta admit, she looks very cute, even though she's dead. Oh, man. I don't know what to think anymore. Of course, like, someone is disguised as Kurata out there, and they have the voice changer so they can pretend to be Kurata. Now, since when have they been impersonating Kurata? Is this something that happened recently, or... Oh my fucking god, dude. You know, I almost wanna say, dude, what if the entire idea of making Kurata wear a tomato head was, like, just so that they could pull off this kind of shit? Fucking hell, these developers, man. I wouldn't put it past them. But yeah, they did have the voice changer so they can impersonate Kurata, which sucks, dude. Kurata Suzuki's dead body. That'd be wild.
What? We have to take her to the infirmary.
Don't bother. A dead body doesn't freeze up that badly within an hour or so.
Exactly. How long have they been impersonating Kurata? That's what I've been talking about. Right? Because there's no way to know because they have a voice changer and everything. It could have happened like fucking 50 days ago for all we fucking know. And because it's a second Academy member, they don't need to like have the body in the morgue. Well, it would also be unproductive because they're trying to hide themselves. Never mind, forget that comment. That was a stupid comment. Forget that. But Jesus Christ, how long have they? Okay, this is getting so saucy. I hope I get to finish this route today, man, because this is getting so sick.
So, she's been dead for a long time?
You have eyes? Can you not see? This is definitely Kurata Suzuki. I know because I've seen her real face before. The one beneath her usual tomato head mask.
I've seen her face before too.
That's a depressing ass shot, man.
On that note, do you remember who we just crossed paths with?
Yeah, that was an imposter.
Yes. Someone dressed like Kurata.
I swear to God, man, we're gonna take the tomato head off and it's gonna be fucking Eito. Oh my God, I can't with that shit. I'm already seeing it.
But the real Kurata is here, which means...
Oh my Christ. I am not prepared for that. I'm gonna lose my shit.
Who the heck was that?
One thing is for sure.
An imposter or Mr. X.
That person is none other than X themselves.
Holy shit, what? Is that a save game part? No. Wait. What? What? Excuse me? You have arrived at Story Lock 3. You will not be able to progress without meeting certain conditions. Try exploring other branches now. Unlock conditions. Reach Story Lock 2. There's no way. There's no way they're doing that. No. They're not doing that shit. No. No. They're not pulling that shit on me. No, these sons of bitches. These sons of fucking bitches. There's no way. Oh, I hate this. I fucking hate this. No. Oh, you pieces of garbage. You can't do this. You can't do this to me. Oh, no. Oh, my throat. God damn it. No, dude. No, where the heck is Story Lock 2? That's the problem. I don't think we can know, dude. I hope it's in the same route, but it's... they could put that anywhere they fucking want, these sons of bitches. Oh, no. I was getting so into that route. These fuckers. These motherfuckers. No. Oh, no, man. How dare they? How fucking dare they? Oh, no. Oh, this is aggravating. If it's in the other route, you have to play the whole route without telling the others of time traveling. Well, not necessarily. There's like a bunch of choices. There's like, there's like the leaving the school choice as well. And then we have this route right here where we could, yeah, we could do that, revealing the secret. But this fucking sucks, okay? This fucking sucks. Oh no, I absolutely hate this. No. How dare they? They don't have the right to pull this. Oh no, man. But look at this. Why would they put Story Lock 2 in the same route as Story Lock 3? If you could miss it. Why would they put Story Lock 2 in the same route as Story Lock 3 if you could miss it? Why would they put Story Lock 2 in the same route as Story Lock 3 if you could miss it? I mean, honestly, if Story Lock... I don't understand your logic, because Story Lock 2 could be anywhere in the game, and you would still be able to miss it. That's just the nature of this game, because there's 100 endings. So it doesn't make much sense to me. I think, like, okay, I understand the reason of this. I think I understand the reason of this, and this is what I think. It doesn't necessarily need to be in the same route. I think the logic is, okay, there is a story lock because whatever developments are gonna happen from here onwards are gonna require us to know pieces of information that we do not get in this route, but on another separate route. And we need that information in order to understand this route. Right? I think that's why this story lock exists. Yeah, but if it was on the same route, it means you'd be able to reach SL2, but not SL3 then. Yeah, but that's the idea. You're supposed to play SL2 before SL3. Because if you had already played SL2, you would have unlocked this already. Yeah, I don't understand your logic. I feel like you got this a little backwards. Cause like if you had played Story Lock 2, you could have just played through this. So you're supposed to either way to actually reach SL2 before SL3. In a best case scenario. In a worst case scenario, you end up like I did. I got stuck. Right? So, like, they could put it here in the same route. They could have it somewhere completely else. And it wouldn't really change much in the grand scheme of things. I like to think that it's closed so that I can play this and then unlock whatever this is. But I don't think the game's going to be too kind. Because, like, it's not linear. I'm not saying this shit is linear. Right? Because, of course, there is this lock. The only thing I'm saying is, there are story locks spread throughout the routes, and we don't know where exactly they are. And, they like, contain parts of the story that you need pre-existing information from other routes. And those other routes are other story locks that unlock the other ones, you know? Right? Let's try to shut Ava up. I'm too confused. No, I think it's like easier than you think it is. Think of it as like a checkpoint. Think of it as a checkpoint. So we have checkpoint 3, checkpoint 2. Okay, I'm gonna wait for you to switch. I'm gonna take a piss in the meantime. BRB. Okay, put it this way. If they wanted you to try other routes to gain knowledge to pass checkpoint 3, hiding it in the same route as checkpoint 3 would be too obvious. I mean, yeah, I can see that, but that was not my point. Like, my point was literally exactly that. They could put it anywhere, honestly. But maybe because, like, the point is not to look for it necessarily. The point is, like, you need that information. And what information we need here, I don't know. Maybe that's information on Kurata. Maybe maybe we got that in a completely different Kurata route out there. Or it's information that we get from this right here that would lead to, like, a different scenario with other knowledge that we would use in this. So, like, bottom line, they could put this anywhere, honestly. Yeah, but like I said, I think of them as checkpoints. So, like, there's probably, like, checkpoint 1, checkpoint 2, checkpoint 3. I don't know if they're linear, but let's assume they're linear. So, like, let's say we find Story Lock 2. I don't know if we're gonna be able to play Story Lock 2 without experiencing Story Lock 1, but unlock conditions just say to reach Story Lock 2, not to complete anything, so... Maybe they're like, yeah, maybe they're like just checkpoints, honestly. Maybe they're just checkpoints, and maybe to unlock... Maybe Story Lock 2 is actually an ending, right? I don't know, I feel like we need to find another story lock. I feel like we need to find another story lock to make this, like, more clear on how it works. Because we're not sure if this is linear, unlinear, or how exactly this is unlocked. Or, like, if Story Lock 2 is going to be an ending, or just, like, a little midpoint in another route that's going to then lock us behind something else, right? I don't know. This method is wide. I wouldn't have thought they'd lock endings behind others. Not at all what I thought either. Like, I would have never expected that. But while we're at it, we might as well do the shut up Ava thing here. Like, this is actually creative. You know, I like that. I like that. As much as I hate it, I like it. You know, it's like a good way of, like, you know, having people play other routes, because I feel like people who play this game, they should try to go for all the routes, because honestly I feel like it's a waste to just do one ending and then just jump off the game. I feel like it's a little bit of a waste. So I like this, and, you know, narratively speaking, it's good, because then you have people who know other things. It's like a way to control, because let's think about it from this angle. Like, let's think about this from the writer's perspective. If you make, like, 100 different endings with all sorts of, like, piling narratives on top of each other, you're gonna have people who are gonna play a certain part of the game, and writing that part without them knowing other things about the game is gonna be so hard, because they won't understand what, like, anything that's going on. So it's a good way to control. Maybe certain endings do require foreknowledge from other things. So it's a good, like, narratively speaking, this is a good idea. It definitely got me pissed, though, because I was getting very into that route. But I guess, you know, I guess we're gonna have to save that for later. Let's see if anything will happen here if we decide to shut Ava up. I feel like people are gonna suspect us, and this is gonna give us a bad ending.
Ava, stop! Don't say anything.
Hey, what are you up to now?
Where? Oh my god. There's my voice loss. Wherefore have you stopped her? And for all we know, this Kurata could already be the fucking, like, the fucking imposter. I explained my reasoning to the others. I get it. You are afraid X may try to take us all down with them. All of a sudden we heard. I cannot not suspect Kurata now. Yeah, exactly. Okay, girl, sure. Ava burst out laughing to everyone's astonishment.
Mind sharing the joke with the rest of the class?
The joke is how you are all being so obtuse.
Objection, I am acute.
What?
It's the same.
What is?
Your ultimate destiny.
Wait, are you?
I shot it, but it was already too late. Ava had pinched her little finger and pulled out without any hesitation. Oh, this time there was no build up to it. And she just kills everybody. Congratulations, you unlocked Story Lock 2. Can you imagine? 20 endings in the bag, brother. Pinky Promise, son of a bitch. They didn't. That's a good title though. That's probably my least favorite route in the entire game though. That was like a crap. That was a crap ending. I hate this game. That was the worst ending of the entire game, brother. I did not like that one. Well, for shooting right in my face, the confirmation I can't trust Ava. Dude, don't trust big boobs. How many times have we been over this? Alright. What if we say someone else besides Shoma here? What happens then? Dude, I'm surprised the fact that we got 9 endings today. 9 endings. That's crazy. We had 20. The person who killed Kako and stabbed Shoma is... Let's pick Gaku. Just for funsies. The real killer is... you, Gaku. Gakamaruka. What? But Gaku's not even here.
Course he's not. Somebody killed him. Takumi, now I'm starting to feel like you have to be the killer after all.
It has to be him. He's being deathly suspicious right now. One after another, the others started voicing their agreement, and I found myself unable to offer any rebuttal. You leave us with no choice but to lock you up. Wait, this is a mistake. I was just... In the end, I was detained by... Is this the same ending? Does this lead to the same ending, actually? I wonder if this is the same ending. It's because, like, it's just, like, farther away on the timeline, but it's the same ending, I wonder. Huh. In the end, I was detained by the others and locked inside the cage in the courtyard. What possessed me to even say that, I can't remember. But it was too late for regrets. I had no strength left to even sigh. I wonder if we're gonna wake up on day 100 like before. Only a little while later, my consciousness fled from me. "99? I had no idea how long I was unconscious. When I next opened my eyes, I saw the cage had been unlocked. Unsure of what that meant, I pushed the door open nervously and stepped outside. Did you see Ava dead? Okay, guess not. It was eerily silent all around. There were no signs of life anywhere. Wondering where everyone had gone, I decided to walk around the campus and search for them. I went to the garage on the ground floor first. I opened the door and stepped inside, where I found...
Darumi.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay. So, again, Darumi hanged, so I guess that is her fate in that route. It's so funny how they all agreed so quickly to him being the killer if you fail. Yeah, honestly, like, that's crazy. It happens again and again. I hadn't even needed to check. She was clearly already gone. By the way, chest wounds too, not neck wounds. I went closer and touched her arm anyway. It was scaly and dry to the touch. It had been quite a while since she passed. I checked her back and saw a large gaping hole there. Okay, so they already took her her heart and probably figured out their rigor mortis code. Her heart had been removed through her back.
Why would someone do this?
I put that disturbing thought aside and quickly continued searching for the others. My next destination was the library. As soon as I entered, I saw... Okay, same case. Interesting. Yeah, and again, she does not have poison. I checked her body. She wasn't breathing and had no pulse. Judging from how cold she felt, I knew she had died a while back as well. I flipped her body around gingerly. Her back was still intact. Her heart hadn't been still, yeah, second to last Defense Academy. I decided to search all the classrooms thoroughly. Then I checked the first floor, second floor, and third floor. I even checked the roof, but there was nobody to be found. My last destination was the gym. The moment I opened the door, I could hardly believe my eyes.
What?
Whoa.
Happened here?
Whoa, whoa, whoa. How does this make any sense, brother, if Takumi isn't the culprit? This has to make sense, even though, like, even if these routes are, like, filler, quote-unquote, this has to make sense at the very least. This is so weird. I checked everybody's bodies. They were all cold to the touch, just like with Doremi and Kyoshika.
No, wait. Maybe?
Clinging to a ray of hope, I moved everybody to the infirmary. How did you move everybody, including Moko, to the infirmary? How the fuck did you move Moko's body? Of course, they reused this one. Too much time has passed since death. Impossible to revive was all the monitor would display. I thought I heard the sound of my heart breaking when those words flashed across the screen for the 6th time. I felt nothing, not even sadness or despair. I simply turned over their dead bodies mechanically and emotionlessly. Hideko, Tsubasa, and Yuma's hearts had been dug out from their backs. Kurata, Moko, and Yugamo's backs remained intact. But I was no longer capable of reasoning this through. My mental faculties had been taken over by a thick, impenetrable fog. I left the building and walked around the back. What greeted me there was a familiar sight.
Shoma.
In the same place, too. The sight of a dead body that had been divested of its heart. I wondered where my own heart had gone. I could no longer feel it beating like it had stopped. It felt like time had stopped, like the world had stopped, everything had stopped. This is weird. But time had not stopped. It's proven by the gradual darkening of my surroundings. I wandered around the academy with no purpose until I finally stumbled upon the 10th dead body. To be more precise... Whoa. Dude, this route is so eerie. This route, there's something wrong with this route, dude. Like, and I don't mean this route, this ending. I mean this entire route, the mystery route. There's something so fucked up about this route. And I don't know how to put it, but this is like legit freaking me out. And I thought the invader hunt was through already. Jesus, man. The 10th and 11th dead bodies. I mean, yeah, Ava... Interestingly, Ava had a lot of blood splattered around her on the triple ending route that we went through after, you know, Takumi guessed after Takumi guessed Shoma's killer wrong. she had a lot of blood, so this is a different killing method. And Takemoto was hanged, so now I don't know what to say because I was assuming that they all had a predetermined death ahead of them, but I guess that's not the case because this contradicts that. So that's very weird. Now I don't know what to make of those endings anymore. I thought I had like some sort of cohesive understanding of them, but no. I just don't know what the fuck is up with these endings or what's happening or who killed them. If not Takumi, honestly. But even then, it doesn't make sense.
Takimaru. Ava.
It's almost like I wanna say Takumi is having a nightmare. I checked Takemoto's back. His heart had been taken and ripped out of his body. Ava's back was untouched. No other part of her body had been cut either. Hang on, sneeze. God damn it. How's this still going? What do I have on day 100? I stood rooted to the spot in a daze for quite some time. Then a passing soundless breeze blew me past. The breeze jolted me to my senses and the gears in my head started turning again. 11? I mean, yeah, there were 12 alive by then. 12 organic individuals, so you're the only one. I was put on the cage on day 50. How many survivors were there at that time? Wasn't it 12? Oh, we're missing Wait, are we? Wait, how many people were dead by then? Okay, let's count like backwards. Eito, Gaku, Kaku. Shoma was not. Well, Shoma was dead, so 4 with Shoma, and yeah, cause 17 minus 4. Wait, it's 13, so 1 is missing. 1 is missing. Yes, Nozomi. Did you not see Nozomi in the CG of them all dead in the gym? I want to roll back just to make sure. No, you're right. Nozomi was not in that CG. You were 100% right. She wasn't there. Okay. Oh my god. Including myself, there were... Yep. The very next moment... Oh, hello, Nozomi. A great amount of blood suddenly started spurting out from my neck. I understood for the first time in that moment that I was still alive. At the same time, I realized I would be dead in 2 seconds, but I had no way of telling if that prediction of mine came true or not, because by then my existence had already been erased from the world. Nozomi is ex-Pog, honestly, that would be wild. Man, I want to watch those credits so bad. Lost in Darkness. Alright, I don't know what to make out of this route. This is... I think as highly of this as I think of any other ones where everyone died. And that we got the choice between Takumi, Moko, and Nozomi. Like, all those are kind of the same podium to me. I don't know what to think of them. However, 21 endings. We got 10 endings in one stream. Well, technically 2, but you know what I mean. And we're still going for about an hour still. Dude, that's like insane. This route is savage. It kind of is, man. So what do you think we should do? What are the choices we have here, actually? What will you tell the others? Oh, okay, that's like telling the truth, right? Or a lie, yeah. That's like basically trusting Eito or not, because Eito's the one who suggested us to tell a lie. I don't know. I want to say this is gonna be like a short ending as well, because like it's very, you know, based on logic, right? It's very close to like the normal line of the route, so this should be short, but you never know, right? Could extend a little bit. And the other choice we have is reveal Nozomi's secret. Oh, that's the Retsunum route, right? Yeah. So we don't have many paths here. There's this path here where we hide that we are a time traveler, which could honestly have crazy implications. but I love this. Like, this route where we leave the school is actually kind of wild. Huh. What do you think, Bunta? Want to flip a coin on it? Or do you have, like, a preference? Because, like, if you have a preference, I'm going to go with whatever you want. Because I would honestly flip a coin on those. There's two I'm very interested in. This one of leaving the school. Or... Okay, that's just the secret. Or the one of not revealing our secret. I'd go the opposite way of the tree. So you mean here? Is this what you mean? Yes, okay. This is also a route where everyone is alive. So this could potentially be something really saucy. Man, we're getting, like, some complicated graphs here. I feel like this is a short ending, though. Basically the opposite of where we are left now. Yeah. Would start a completely different scenario and predicament. I can dig that. Can very much dig that. Quite honest, I'm like enticed by this one. Because I feel like this one's gonna be short. The one of day 12 sounds good though. I think I'm gonna do this one just because I have a feeling that we might clear this in under 1 hour. And if we're gonna start like a completely different route, you know, I don't mind starting it now, but I would rather, you know, start it on a different stream, you know? I would also always explore from higher day to lower. Yeah, and this currently is the higher day we could go from in a choice. Yeah, I feel like I learned that lesson with the endings we got. Like, I always go backwards after you get an ending, go backwards, just like reverse engineer the route. Because this one's day 4, very early. So I think I'm gonna do that one first, and then we're gonna do the review your secret choice. So let's decide to trust Ato this time and tell everyone a lie about Nozomi's involvement. All right, we're getting back to the coming of age route, and that's some shit. Trusting Ato, that sounds bad already. Sorta does, doesn't it? So we're gonna do the whole thing with the fake tattoo and tell them that she's like an invader commander who rebelled and joined our side or some shit. Yeah, that's what Ato told us.
Nozomi,
Yeah.
I think we should lie.
Nani? It's like you said, there's no guarantee everyone will get on board even if you're honest. Your story concerns our past too. Joining a body could make everyone paranoid. They might get even more suspicious and assume you're hiding other stuff as well. That's true, but I don't want to lie to my friends anymore. I'm sorry, this is a necessary evil for our team to maintain unity. If it'll get us to our happy ending, I'll do whatever it takes. Takumi, I get what you're saying, I really do. But can't we think about this a little more? No, if we do, we'll only torment ourselves. You heard how everyone was acting this morning. Damn, Takumi's a little savage here. If we don't do something, the special defense unit will fall apart. If you're not comfortable, I can handle it for you. I'll tell them and just say it's what I heard from you the first time around. Don't look so worried, we can pull this off. Come to the cafeteria tomorrow morning, okay? Just don't forget to put this on first. But Takumi, yeah, that's the fake tattoo. I pressed a temporary tattoo into Nozomi's palm before walking out of the room and the conversation. Now I'd made my choice, there was no point in hesitating. As the Special Defense Unit's leader, I was going to restore unity to it. Feeling determined, I went back to my room. Okay.
Up and Atom troops, time to rise and shine!
I can't help but shake off a feeling, Ponta. Do you think there's gonna be routes that go beyond day 100? Because like if we look at the chapter selection screen, we pretty much did most of the routes, I would say, like here in this like quote unquote general tree. There's like 2 branches that we haven't fully explored, which is this one of leaving the school and this one of revealing our secret. Everything else has been, oh, and there's this one as well of revealing Nozomi's secret. Everything else has been explored. So like, and we got 21 endings. So I can't help but shake the thought that there's gonna be something beyond these 100 days, or maybe 100 line 3. I have no clue at this point. Because, like, the screen actually stops here. I can't go right anymore from here. So I wonder if there's gonna be, like, routes that we play in the satellite. Maybe there is one true route that happens here that, triggers 100 line 3. I honestly wouldn't put it past this game. Oh no, not 100 line Last Defense Academy 3. Honestly, would you really put it past this game, Ponta? Like, can you look me in the eye and say that you would put it past this game? Can you really do that?
Get ready for your 13th day of active service here at Last Defense Academy. Prepare to spend another day enduring the unendurable and suffering the insufferable to pave the way for humanity's future greatness. Be ready to give your lives to protect our beloved school from the vile and barbaric enemy.
I can 100% see them doing that, these fuckers. I don't want to believe it because it sounds surreal. Morning already? Okay, off to the cafeteria. When I arrived at the cafeteria, Nozomi was already there. Good morning, Nozomi. Oh, Takumi. Are you ready? Yeah. Nozomi rolled up her sleeve to reveal her bicep. On it was the decal. Is it decal or decal? I think it's decal. Was the decal I'd given her yesterday. This should be fine, right? Ja, it's perfect. Leave the rest to me. I waited for everybody to gather in the cafeteria and started my explanation as planned. I tell them that Nozomi was an invader who switched sides. She was abandoned because of her weak cryptoglobin and infiltrated the Special Defense Unit to exact her revenge. She wasn't able to say anything because her memory was so hazy. And although everyone was skeptical at first, they started to believe it when I told them it was the same story I heard from her in my last timeline. By the time Nozomi showed the tattoo as proof, they were all completely convinced. Oh, so that's how it all went down. This explains why she's always been so fired up about fighting those guys. And why she's the only one who has to use artificial class armor. But if Miss Kitty Fuji's that weak, will it be even possible for her to get revenge?
You can't say that, brother dearest.
I didn't understand much of that, but it's like an ugly duckling story where a failed ninja tries to become leader of his clan, right? I feel like that's a Naruto reference. Maybe, I guess.
Huh?
I feel like Kurata's pissed because she hid that from her, right? So, you know, definitely a little annoyed. Cause yeah, we did have like this rivalry between the two the other time as well, and especially now that it's a lie, we're still lying to her. So this could actually spark some. Oh, this could actually spark some interesting Kurata development, which we're actually kind of digging for now that we have the story luck 3. So this could actually be it. Like maybe we should go with this. It is most likely grinning right now at the thought of spilling the bean that she liked. Exactly. What a shock that even your clever commanding officer was in the dark about this. But everything in her story adds up. You got some nerve acting happy about it if you just done your job properly from the start. I'm sorry, I never expected any of this. I love this guy. Time for a special remedial lesson from the boss. Get over here. No, have mercy. And so Nozomi was cleared of suspicion and the special defense unit was happy again. Everyone was apologizing and talking to Nozomi again. Seeing it made me feel like the lie was all worth it. I was sure I'd made the right decision. Whoa. This was not supposed to happen in this timeline. This was not supposed to happen in this timeline. Excuse me. This was not supposed to happen in this timeline. Yeah, nice recycling, I guess. But this was supposed to happen in the killing game route. Right after we got the girls to join our side after getting Nozomi cured from her rejection symptoms. Weird. And why is that only them? Why is Ima, Kaka, the rest of them not here? I feel like this is like heading to a bad ending, man. Cause like they're, yeah, I don't know about this. I feel bad about it. We threw a mini party that night to celebrate clearing up the misunderstanding. Not everyone was there, but it was a joyous event all the same. It had been a while since we had so much fun. I wished our days could go on like this forever. I swear to myself, I'd do everything in my power to protect all these miles. Okay, I'm always a little terrified every time the screen fades to black and there's like a day counter. I'm afraid we're gonna wake up on day 90 or some shit.
Up and Adam troops, time to rise and shine!
By the way, keep an eye for those like blue dots. They never happen with Takumi, dude. Never, ever, ever. The ones left out of that CG, yeah.
Get ready for your 14th day of active service here at Last Defense Academy! Prepare to spend another day enduring the unendurable and suffering the insufferable to pave the way for humanity's future greatness. Be ready to give your lives to protect our beloved
Okay,
school.
invasion. Whoa. A sudden noise overtook the announcement I'd been half listening to as I woke up. It wasn't the announcement malfunctioning, but instead the sound of someone hitting me in the back of my head. That is not the effect that happens when someone hits you in the back of her head. That was like literally the Matrix breaking apart. Why is all this special shit happening to I don't know, man. But by the time I realized that, I was already unconscious. What the fuck? And then you wake up on day 90. Okay, this is normal. Okay, I can forgive this because there's nothing happening on screen. This happens. Are we out of the Matrix? What the fuck? Or is this like a psychological thing? Are we like asleep, but like this is like a projection of ourselves inside of our mind or something? I woke up with vicious pain in the back of my head. Is this a blackout? My vision was spotty, likely from the blow to the head. What the hell happened to me? I tried to calm down and went over the last thing I remembered. I'd been sleeping in my room. I heard Siri's usual morning announcement, by the way, we don't have a day counter. Then a sudden, intense shock knocked me out. My memory was gradually returning. My vision came back at the same time.
What is this?
What the actual fuck is happening here? Did we switch bodies with Ato? Did we actually switch bodies with Ato? What? What? Excuse me. I was shut inside one of the cages in the courtyard. What was happening to me? Who did this? I was too confused to think rationally.
Somebody! Anybody! Help!
I wonder if we switch to places with the Ato. I wonder if people are gonna think we are the traitor. Dude, okay, I don't know if you know what I mean, but like, let's say we completely switched bodies with Ato, but also their perception. So like, they perceive us as the traitor and they perceive Ato as the hero. Is that fucking possible? I'm very confused because I don't think Takumi was hit in the head. I think something like broke in his brain and switched his personalities with I don't know, man. I have no fucking clue. That's what you get to listening to. Ato, you like to sleep in his bed, I guess.
Ugh, knock off that miserable bleating, peasant.
Kurata? Guys, what's going on here? Why would you turn on me like...
Quit screwing with us!
What the fuck? Kurata's angry bellow cut through my confused babbling.
The only ones who turned on anyone were you and Nozomi. Isn't that right?
Okay, never mind. So I guess Kurata or someone hit us in the head? What?
What do you mean? We'd never...
Then what do you call this?
The fake tattoo thing? Yeah, okay.
That's...
Okay, so that was pretty easy for them to figure out. I assumed as much. They could literally just look up the history of the Gift-O-Matic and figure this out. Didn't buy the lie. I guess, yeah. I guess I always look too much into it. I thought, oh my god, our bodies have been swapped. We are Ato now. How are they gonna perceive it as Ato? What is going on? Did something happen with Takumi's brain? And no, it's just, oh, they didn't believe the lie. Man, I hate myself sometimes.
I made it after I saw it in the Gift-O-Matic's history.
Strange, isn't it? Why would anyone need to fabricate evidence of a potential commander here at the school?
And before I fast forward to day 100 where everyone's dead in their hearts still. I swear to Christ. I can't. I'm out of that route for now. Let me have some reprieve.
Don't just sit there, you filthy liar! Explain yourself!
No. You've got it all wrong. I can clear this up.
I'm getting confused because this is supposed to be Ato's cage. Right? Do you remember if he stays in the left side? We are in the left side. You can see like the water on the right. So this is the left side. Where is Ato? I mean, maybe they released Ato because, well, we were being the liars. Maybe that was Ato's plan. Maybe that was Ato's plan, actually. Because if we lied about that, who could guarantee we were not lying about Ato? So I guess they released Ato thinking he's a good guy. I guess that could be what's going on.
We understand just fine, asshole.
I'm serious. You have to believe me, please.
Ugh, enough! Just listening to you is going to make my eardrums bleed. You can howl and moan here until you die. I'll throw the other liar in next to you later.
Okay, at least we get to have a roommate. After practically spitting those venomous words at me, Kurata and the rest of the team left.
Wait! Everybody! It's really not what you think, really! I just wanted everyone to survive. I do it for you. You have to believe me. Please!
My screams echoed throughout the courtyard in vain. How could this happen? I thought I was guiding them toward a happy ending.
Looks like I have a new neighbor.
Oh, so he is in the other cage. Was he always on the right side, Ponta? I don't think so, right? Do you actually remember if it was on the right side or the left side? Fresh me up on that, because I have a very strong feeling he was on the left side. He was on the left side, I believe. Yeah.
How nice that we get to enjoy time together in such an intimate space. I'm so glad you listened to me.
I wonder if that was his plan all along.
Welcome to the neighborhood, Takumi.
I couldn't even bring myself to respond to Eito. I was already sinking into a pit of deep despair. There's no way that's an ending. What the hell? Oh, neighbor, fuck this game. Actually, fuck this game, man. How is this an ending? What a nightmare sleeping near him. I mean, he was, I think, he was on the other side. Thank God they couldn't hear proof. This is actually disappointing, man. There's like, you know, there's the endings where I'm like, okay, that was an ending. And then there's the endings that are like, why did they cut it off here? Right? This happened with the Academy Falls ending. This happened with this ending. This happened with the... oh, I'm forgetting now. But there's one other ending where they did this. Where I'm like, why did you stop it here? That was cooking. You forgot the third category. Thank God this ends here. Dude, I love the Eito routes. They're the best ones, dude. Ah. 22 endings. Let's go. Well, I was right on this being short. So this is the full coming of age route. Now we're free of this. So really now we only have those big ones, right? Yeah. I guess we are going to reveal our secret now. Or not reveal our secret, rather. Sorry. The only Eito I love is the one eaten by Red Snum. Come on, dude. Come on. Alright, let's start this shit once and for all. I am surprised by the amount of endings we got today. This is like unbelievable. I'm very curious to see what's gonna happen in this route. Because this is like the most time-splitting choice we have here so far. And everyone's alive. If I want to get everyone on my side, I should really tell them the truth. But it's not like they all believe me I'm a time traveler right away. Even if they did, that could come up with its own problems. If they learn about the future, history will change again.
If you change too much, you won't be able to predict what will happen as easily as before.
Not revealing the secret would be like having to replay 100 brand new days exactly. That's pretty hype.
You could probably help the others avoid making the same mistakes as before without telling them everything. Of course, there's no way of knowing if that's the right choice either.
Being able to predict what will happen next is a huge advantage. I didn't want to lose that, especially not if it could help me guide everyone toward a brighter future. With that in mind, I did the only thing I could. Why'd you clam up all of a sudden and answer us?
Huh? How'd you know Eito was a traitor?
Well, I lied to them. Last night, I went to Eito's room to talk to him about what we were going to do here. And I just happened to see his diary left open in his desk. He'd written out his whole plan in it. Okay.
What?
Okay, I think Siri, yeah, because, like, that's, like, one of the things I was wondering about, because we did tell Siri about it, so how is this gonna work? I think Siri's gonna catch on what we're doing here, and, he's gonna shut up, and then we're gonna talk in private. Because, like, by this point, he's already talked to Eito, and Eito already knows. Eito already knows that we are a time traveler, so this is a problem. This is a very big problem. Isn't it? Did the CG of Sirei talking to Eito happen before I made this decision? Let me pull up my notes, actually. I have notes for one reason, and this is the reason. Alright, give me a second. Okay, this conversation happened after, so I don't think Eito actually knows about us being a time traveler. I would need to rewatch the beginning of this route, though. Should we? You know what, Ponta? Do you want to rewatch the beginning of this route just because it's like, well, 2 days? Just so we go into this fully aware of like what's going on? Because I'm not actually sure. Or do you think it's not necessary? What do you think? Because like I'm not actually sure if Takumi made any any moves that might have stuck into me, though I personally remember. Okay, I guess you know, I guess let's just keep going, and then I might just like refresh myself on it later, like off stream. Huh? That's not what you told. I gave Siri a sharp look. I hoped that he would see the message in my eyes. I'll explain later. Anyway, that's how I found out what Eito was up to. Everyone exchanged dubious glances. They clearly weren't sure whether to believe me or not. It didn't mention to Eito he comes from the future, if that's what you're wondering. Yeah, that's like the problem with that. Well, it's not important how you got this information. What we really need to do is figure out if he really is a traitor or not. You're right. Good to see you, Gaku. Let's go hear what Eito has to say about it. I agree with my dear sister. The others nodded in agreement, and they all started filing out of the war room. What? Don't you guys believe me? Siri ran off after them, leaving just me and Hiriko. For some reason, she was looking at me with an odd, confused expression.
Why?
She muttered that single solitary word to myself, then left. Did she say why? Why what? Well, assuming Hiriko is also someone who has knowledge of the operation because she has been in an operation beforehand with another team, she's probably very surprised at why you know all of that information with anticipation, right? Well, whatever, I better go after the others myself. They said they were going to talk to Eito. That means they're heading for the courtyard. Okay. I found Siri waiting for me in the hallway. I thought about it and realized there was no need for me to get involved. It's no skin off my nose if the others want to get Atsuki's side of the story. Why is he gonna tell them you're being tricked, Siri, and then Takumi lying to you? And if it did say something like that, it's not got, he doesn't have evidence to back it up. I, on the other hand, have footage of his sudden change in demeanor and everything he said last night. But that footage also contains Takumi laying out his future shenanigans. Let him talk to him if they want. You and I have other things to discuss. Let me guess. You want to know why I didn't tell them the truth? I guess they could just cut the footage. That's right. I explained my thought process to Siri. If everyone found out about what was coming, the future would change again. To maintain the advantage that my foreknowledge gave me, I decided to keep them in the dark for now. Huh? Didn't you come back because you wanted to change the future, though? Yeah, but to a future where all of us survive. If I can't do that, there's no point in any of this. I want to be the light that guides us toward that future. I see. In other words, your ultimate objective is for everyone to watch the final attack together with smiles on their faces, yes? Not exactly. I really could care less about the final attack. But he had a part about everyone being there right, so I just kept quiet and nodded. I like it. Your interests and mine match up perfectly.
Yeah.
So what do you say we work together? I'll keep it a secret from the others that you came from the future. If it'll help the Special Defense Unit function more efficiently, I'm more than happy to practice a little deception. I'm a little concerned about the way Siri agreed with that goal. She watched the final text together with smiles on their faces. Of course, like, Siri is not the most trustworthy guy in this game by any stretch of the imagination. So I don't trust him either way, but, you know, we don't fully know the exact goals of the last Defense Academy, so I guess we're just gonna have to partner up now. Thanks, I appreciate it. One more thing. How much do you know about our mission here exactly? And so I told Siri how things went down during my original 100 days at the Academy. Starting with what happened when I went to second to last Defense Academy, I met Nigo and the other team members. Then the revelations that followed, World Death, Cryptoglobe in the Exodus Project, and the artificial satellite. And of course the fact that the boy made of Undying Flames who had spoken with last night was what, or rather who, was in the defense room. I told him more or less everything I knew. The only thing I left out was what I learned about Nozomi. The secret she shared that first time were between her and me, okay? So same thing you said the other time. Huh, I see. And is that all? Is that all? You mean there's more? Of course there's more. What? No, of course not. You've already learned a crazy amount of stuff. That's enough, isn't it? Actually, there was still something that was bothering me.
Right. That's what you think the truth is. You got it all wrong, though.
Dude, they flashed back to this scene so many times the other timeline that I remember making jokes about it.
Aha.
Anyway, I better get going. I'll pretend like we never had this conversation, all sneaky like. Sneaky, incognito, reliable, ethical, and sideman. That's me. Siri hurried away, looking more suspicious than sneaky. Do I really not know the whole truth yet? Was Zato right? Well, even if he was, it's no use asking him now. This version of him has only been here for 3 days. He doesn't know all the things he told me in the defense room back then. Still, though, maybe I'll go talk to him anyway. Everyone else is probably there already. Alright. Let's check if he was on the left side or on the right. He was on the left side. This game makes no fucking sense. Why did they switch cages? That makes 0 fucking sense. Oh, hey Takumi. You know, I just realized one weird thing. Spill the beans. When Takumi time traveled, he came to consciousness in his day 2 body. Yes. Yes. But in day 1, there wasn't much that happened. We just like fought the first version of Mervroom, and then we explored a little bit of the academy, and we left day 2. No, I think we left day 2 to explore actually. So how the heck is Ato capable of time traveling to dead bodies? What do you mean? Because he was dead in the other routes. But he's not time traveling from the same timeline. He said it is from another timeline. So the Ato from the future that appears as the successor to the sponsor in the Killing Game route comes from another timeline. Not that timeline where he is dead. So it could be a route where he is alive. It's a completely different route. He did say that. It was an alternative timeline. Is that what you mean? This Takumi isn't from this timeline either, technically. Well, yeah. Exactly. And that's why it makes sense. Cause like I think I see what you mean. I think I see what you mean. What you're saying is basically this time travel ability can only be able to like transfer to another timeline if he's alive on those timelines, right? That is what you mean, right? Because that's how it worked with Takumi. I mean, I never looked too much into it particularly because we don't fully know how this ability works. Because if you think about it, it's kind of in and of itself, this ability is inconsistent with what FB has stated, because we can travel to any fucking point in time. And theoretically, we were only supposed to travel once, but we can travel to literally any point in time. So like, I think like there's like the specific details to this time traveling ability that we do not know about. And let's think about this. Takumi is only able to travel back because of his like because of his passive ability to restart turns, right? So he has like a natural skill of time bending to a certain extent. Maybe that combined with Eito's passive skill does something different, makes it different working wise. I don't know. We don't know about that. And for the record, Eito's skill just gives him a random attribute every turn. So he gets like random buffs. I don't know if that could be explained into the fact that he can time travel at will, even to routes where he is dead. I don't know. I never thought too much about this because I don't think it's relevant personally. I'll buy it for now. Yeah, I mean, the problem that we have found is that we have never found a route where you have two of the same people. We have never found two Daramis, two Tsubasas, two Takumis, two Eitos. We have never seen that, so that's what I think is creating trouble for us. BRB washing my teeth, still listening. Yeah, so that's the main problem. We haven't seen two of the same person in the same timeline. The moment we figure out that is possible, it basically debunks your entire argument. And that's why I haven't thought too much into it, because I feel like this is gonna happen at some point. We're gonna have clones. We're gonna have two of the same people. I think it has already happened. I think I think the two sponsors that we see roaming around random places could very well be Takumi, be Darumi from another timeline, and they found a way to travel time and maintain their bodies there, like not actually replace them. I don't know. Things could be happening there, so this time traveling is a little weird still. We haven't fully discovered the inner workings of it. Eito fessed up already. He told us everything. Yeah, he said we look like a bunch of freaking monsters to him. For me, that's actually a compliment. Practically a promotion, in fact. Most of the time, I'm more on the level of something a monster would live in its litter box.
You're monster poop, but that's interesting in a whole different way.
Huh?
His hatred of mankind seems to be the real deal at any rate.
He even said we should all be destroyed.
It all lines up with what you and Siri told us.
What are we gonna do with him now? Chuck him in a barrel of used needles and see what it catches? What do you think we should do, Hiroko?
Oh yes, you've been awfully quiet today, Miss Shizuhara. Something on your mind? No, not really. Hiroko's eyes darted toward me, almost like she was watching to see how I'd handle all this.
Oh, I'll go along with whatever you say, Mr. Zirika. Would you like his appendix? I'll bring it to you on a silver platter.
Why just the appendix? Dude, you guys are getting savage.
Oh.
I'll leave the decision to Takumi.
Huh?
Oh.
You're the one who stopped Eito last night. You could have killed him then, but you didn't.
Oh.
I can only assume you had a good reason for sparing him. Honestly, I don't think I did. It just didn't feel right to kill another human being in cold blood. I don't know though, was that really all there was to it? I know an insignificant pile of monster poop like me has no right to weigh in on this. But I think we should let Eito live too. He seems really smart, so if we play our cards right, he might be useful to us. We gotta respect life too. Even soup stock carries the soul of the veggies used to make it.
Huh?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
We agreed on letting Eito live then? He shouldn't be a threat so long as he stays in this cage. It's got some kind of weird tech to negate his powers. Aw, so I don't have to rip out his appendix? If this were killing him, he'd be a perfect candidate for the first murder victim.
The matter was decided. Eito would be kept in his cage in the courtyard from now. As the others left, no one spared a word for the prisoner himself. All they gave him was brief glares of contempt. Okay, so Eito did hear that. I just good to have confirmation, even though he told me that they did. Takumi, you did come here from the future, didn't you?
Huh.
You seem intent on hiding it now, but that's what's... My god, my voice for Eito is completely gone. You seem intent on hiding it now, but that's what's going on here, isn't it? You're keeping it secret from the others. It's okay, you don't have to explain why. I can figure out that part myself. Unlike the rest of them, I'm not an idiot. Did they tell you my story about reading your plan in your diary? Oh yes, I could tell right away that you'd made up some excuse. So I went along with it. I told them I really did keep a diary and that I'd written down my plan to kill Siri in it. I played the part perfectly, if I do say so myself. Why though? What's your angle? What indeed? Maybe I just didn't want to let them in on the truth. What really happened that night is a secret between you and me now. Weirdly cooperative. I mean, honestly, it's honestly like, I don't have a good read on Eito, man. I don't know his full motivations to do that, but it's creepy that he does it. Technically, Siri and the creature wreathed in flames knew too, but still. In other words, he saw an opportunity and took it. He's holding on to this information until he can use it to his advantage. I mean, yeah, that's also just a great solid way of looking at it. Speaking of that thing made of undying flames. Stop right there. I don't have to tell you anything. I'm asking the questions here. The you I fought in the future said you learned the truth about this war, a truth not even I know. Do you have any idea what that could have meant? I'm not the same person you knew in that timeline. I'm as clueless as you are. Not that I would like to know anything why humanity's forging such an abhorrent war. Of course, you could tell me that yourself, couldn't you? I left without saying any more. I looked back just once. Eito was watching me intently, his eyes alight with intelligence and malice. He is generally creepy. I like him. That afternoon, after lunch, we made our way to the war room to speak to Siri. Never did get a chance to get you to spill the beans about the truth this morning.
You are going to tell us, aren't you?
When we asked you yesterday, you said it wasn't something you could decide on your own.
Which means there's someone above you calling the shots, right?
Yeah, but don't sweat it. I got permission. I'll tell you everything. Okay. That is good because yeah, he's gonna take the responsibility of telling the truth for us.
All right then.
No time like the present, I say.
Go ahead and tell us what's going on here.
Siri nodded and began his explanation. None of it was new information to me, though. It was the same stuff I'd learned during my first 100 days. World Death, Cryptoglobin, the Exodus Project, the artificial satellite, the boy made of undying flames and his physical body in the defense room, the existence of Second to Last Defense Academy and the 5 other fighters there. It all felt so familiar. There was nothing there to surprise or unnerve me. Everybody else was just as shocked as I'd expected, though. When it was all done, they stood there dumbfounded, trying in vain to take it all in. By the time Sir had finished his explanation, the whole day had passed us by.
So, what exactly does that all mean for us? Weren't you listening? We're about to hold a killing game, duh.
Nobody said anything about that.
In other words, we need to defend the school for the next 97 days.
When we do that, the missiles that the baby has been charging up will be launched. One final attack to wipe out all remaining life. Of course, it didn't add anything new that you didn't know already. Yeah, of course.
Including the invaders. And that'll stop world death once and for all. It's basically like winning a killing game on a worldwide MMO scale.
But we ain't gonna get caught up in it ourselves.
Right before the attack, we'll board an escape pod.
And take off into outer space. Then we'll join the rest of humanity back on the artificial satellite. I knew you guys would get it. How could you not when I explained it so well? Yeah, Hideka's definitely a little sus. For some reason, Hideko remained silent through all this. She refused to even make eye contact with any of us. It seemed like she was thinking hard about something. I mean, this is all probably information she also knows, and maybe she's like concerned that Takumi did not react to it. Hang on. Just choked a little bit on water. Okay. And this explanation has helped elevate your will to fight to a whole new level, am I right? Oh yeah, I'm ready for this.
Let's kill a whole bunch of invaders.
Dad, you convinced me. If it means making it back to the satellite alive, then I'm in.
I'll give it my best shot. I might need a couple of barf bags though. I'll fight too. I'll do whatever it takes to protect my dear brother.
What? But sister dearest.
Don't try to stop me. You can say what you want, but my mind is made up.
I don't think I ever heard you speak so forcefully. I guess that's that then. How about you, Shoma? Honestly, I don't think a festering dung beetle like me will be of any real use. But I felt this weird surge of power pulsing through my body last night. I feel like I've ascended to the level of, I don't know, a festering stag beetle? Yeah, man, that's the spirit, sort of. Takumi, Hideko, you two have been fighting right from the start, so I guess there's no point in asking you, huh?
We'll be fighting with a full team in our next defensive battle then. Seems that way. Let us all work together and wipe out those rotten invaders.
I feel like we've seen this sprite like once or twice before. Oh yeah, I'm really feeling it now.
Hooray!
Come on, let's do a motivational cheer to celebrate. All together now.
Special Defense Unit, best in the world, indestructible and undefeated.
Okay.
Never lose, never yield. Special Defense Unit, fight on!
This is too happy. Unfortunately, or perhaps fortunately, I didn't get caught up in the pep rally mood Siri had going on. In my last timeline, Gaku, Tsubasa, Shoma, and the twins hadn't made up their minds to fight until much later. Had hearing the truth really motivated them that much? Or did their sudden boost in power have more to do with it, like in Shoma's case? Was the juiced up cryptoglobin flowing through them, giving them more confidence than before? Either way, I was grateful I would have to convince them to fight all over again. I wouldn't have, sorry. At the same time, though, this could mean history would change again, deviating from the future I knew even more. When I thought of it that way, I couldn't help feeling uneasy. I felt an intense gaze on me. I looked around and locked eyes with Hiruko. She was looking back at me, also with a weirdly uneasy look on her face. Yeah, Hiruko's not buying our crap here. Hiruko's very much not buying our crap. The meeting in the war room came to a close. After a somber late dinner, the others decided to turn in for the night. I did the same and returned to my room. I laid down on my bed just to space out for a while, but then I got up and went to the door to greet my late night visitor.
Huh?
Hiruko, what's up? I wanted to ask you about something.
Huh?
Oh, what is it?
Oh.
After we spoke to Eito in the courtyard, I went back to his room, and there was no diary, yeah. I searched it from end to end, but I didn't find any diary. Are we gonna have a choice to tell Hiruko and only Hiruko? You've been lying to us, haven't you? What? Me? Lie? I don't know what you're talking about. You're from the future. You traveled back in time somehow and ended up here. That's how you really knew that Eito was up to. Am I wrong? Being confronted with the truth so abruptly threw me for a loop. My face tensed up and my palms began to sweat. How can you possibly know that? I realized too late that I shouldn't have said that. It was a hunch. Yeah, it was a hunch. She was just using a hunch. I realized too late that I shouldn't have said that. It was practically admitting she was right. Hiruko must have realized it too, although in her case, she seemed to relax a little. I thought so. Well, that's all I wanted to know. I'll be going now. Hey, come back. Tell me what this is all about. I knew you were acting weird today, ever since yesterday when I lied to the others, actually. When they all left, you stayed behind. And you asked why. You didn't look happy either. What did you mean by that? Just how much do you know anyway? Hiruko didn't answer. She just looked away. Her brows were furrowed and she was biting her lip in thought. We stood there in silence for a while until she gave a sigh and spoke up again. Let me sleep on it. Okay, so she's gonna tell us something crazy next day. I'll tell you everything tomorrow if I don't change my mind before then. Please don't be dead by tomorrow. You will? Yes. But I'll tell you one thing right now. Two, in fact. Keeping our time travel secret from the others was probably the right choice. The same goes for not killing Eito. Until tomorrow, then. With that, Hiruko left the room, leaving me alone with my confusion and angst. Okay, what is she gonna cook? Okay, I want to see where this conversation with Hiruko goes, actually. I was thinking of calling the stream here, but now that we have this, I cannot stop it here. I want to hear what she has to say.
Up and at 'em, troops! Time to rise and shine! Get ready for your 4th day of active service here at Last Defense Academy. Prepare to spend another day enduring the unendurable and suffering the insufferable to pave the way for humanity's future greatness. Be ready to give your lives to protect our beloved school from the vile and barbaric enemy. Aha!
Now that you've had your breakfast, I have 2 very important announcements to make.
Announcements? Yeah, he's gonna open the facilities.
Woohoo!
Yep. And there's the Monokuma confetti. It's been a minute since we had that one. That's cute. That's very cute. First of all, hang on, I just broke my throat. First of all, I've decided to give you the run of the school. Every classroom is now unlocked. I'd originally planned to open them up little by little, but I was really touched by your show of determination yesterday. Consider this your reward.
Awesome! Deb is on first right in the guillotine room.
Okay, Darami.
Whatever that is, we don't have one here.
What about the second announcement?
In order to make you a more magnificent fighting unit, you need a team leader. The invaders have commanders, so we should have one too. And the position goes to...
Oh my god, why do you think... Why, Gaku? Why could you possibly think you are going to be picked by as the leader? What the fuck, Gaku? Seriously, you want me to be the leader? Nobody said anything yet.
Aha!
Yeah, besides, it's Sumino.
Huh? Me?
Oh.
You exposed a traitor in our midst and saved your commanding officer from a terrible fate. You've also demonstrated your ability to rally others behind you. Your personality makes you a perfect candidate too.
Yeah.
What do you guys think? Any objections?
I think it's a good idea. Yeah, I'm fine with it.
I'll cast my vote for Takumi too. Although in my case, it's probably only worth 0.00000000001% of a normal vote. It's always the Red Ranger that gets leads the team in those hero shows. Takumi's got red hair, so he should do fine, dude. I think you mentioned something about this way back. My dear sister and I dress in red too, but Mr. Sumino's probably the better choice.
I had a vision that this would happen. Takumi will lead us all toward a brighter future.
Yeah, fine. If that's how you all feel, I'll step down and let Takumi take over. I'm more of a cool outsider type anyway.
Oh.
How about you, Shizuhara?
Hideko took a moment to think about it before answering.
Oh.
I have no reason to oppose this decision.
Aha!
Good enough for me. Takumi Sumino, I hereby confer upon you the position of captain of the Special Defense Unit. I expect you to help your team members grow and lead them all toward a spectacular victory.
What was I supposed to say? Thanks, but no thanks? I don't think anyone would have let me weasel out of it like that. Instead, I resigned myself to the inevitable and nodded. Yeah, okay, I'll do my best. I mumbled a half-assed acceptance. Everyone said things like, nice to meet you, Captain, or don't let us down, Captain. I think they were just teasing me, though. After a few slaps on the back, they filed out of the cafeteria. Last to leave was Yuriko. I hurried over to her before she could get to the door. Yuriko, wait! What is it? What do you think it is? We're supposed to talk. You told me you'd tell me what you've been hiding today. I don't remember making any such promise. You're probably not saying it here because of the cameras around and you don't want anyone hearing that, even Siri. What? I said I'd tell you everything if I didn't change my mind. I thought about it all last night, and unfortunately for you, I did change my mind. Okay, Hiriko. You've got to be kidding me. I have never kid anyone in my entire life. Hiriko pushed her glasses up the bridge of her nose for emphasis. She looked tired out somehow. I thought you were on my side. Your side? You didn't object when Siri made me captain. That doesn't mean I approve of you. I just thought that if you were really leading the team, it would make things easier for me. Okay, Hiriko, what the fuck? Much better to have a figurehead in place so no one will bother me. Huh? A figurehead? In other words, you're a puppet leader. You could have just taken the position yourself. I'm really not the type to take the lead. Besides, I've seen this play out before. What are you talking about? Oh, yup. Forget about what I said last night. Just move forward and do whatever you believe is best. With that, Hiriko turned and left. The clacking of her heels echoed through the cafeteria, down the halls, and eventually faded away completely. Dude, I just had a weird thought. What if we have a route? There's no way they would do this. This is like too absurd to me. But what if we have a route, or like something happens in the story where we actually get to warp to 100 line -1, and that is Hiruko's timeline when she was with another completely different team with other completely different people. I feel like that's going a little too far. I don't think the game would do that, but you gotta admit that that would be cool as shit. But I don't think they would do that, because otherwise, why would they make a novel for Hiriko if she already has that much content in the game? I don't think it makes sense, personally. So, yeah, that's gonna be a dream. The clacking of her heels echoed throughout the cafeteria, down to the halls, and eventually faded away completely. I couldn't stop thinking about what Hiriko had said. How did she know I traveled back in time? She told me to forget all about it, but that was easier said than done. I couldn't focus on anything else. My mind kept drifting back to this mystery. I needed to get the truth out of her. There had to be a way to convince her to tell me what she knew. Are we gonna persuade Hiriko? Having decided that, I wandered around all the school looking for her. By the time I actually found her, the sun had already started to sink below the western horizon. Whoa! I found Hiriko in the war room. Siri was there too. They hadn't noticed me, but seemed to be talking about something serious. I hid behind a nearby pillar, hoping I could listen in on them. In the end, I couldn't hear a thing. If those two were talking in secret, it must be something about something important. What were they keeping from me? I was getting more and more curious. I cupped away my hand around my ear, but all I could hear was my pulse and the electronic buzzing of the nearby machinery. Damn it. Cursing wouldn't help, but I knew that. All I could do was watch them as they carried on their mysterious conversation. I must have stood there like that for a pretty long time. What the fuck is that, Siri? Is that the remote controller that blows up people? What the hell? Eventually, Siri handed Hiriko something. It was small and fit into the palm of her hand. I couldn't make out what it was from where I was standing. Did she get some kind of allowance for... I don't think so, Takumi. It's too small on my tablet to see it. It looks like a movie ticket. That's why I thought it could be a controller. No, it couldn't be. Whatever it was, Hiriko slipped it into her clothes and left the war room. Siri followed suit a little while after. All that time and I still didn't find out anything useful. What could Hiroko have been talking to Siri about, and what was that thing he gave her? Can you look at the camera footage? I should go after her. I still have so many questions I need answering. I guess only Siri has access to the cameras. Time to remove Hiroko's clothes by force. Oh, hell yes. It was past 11 p.m. by the time I headed back to the roof. I was still reluctant to give up and go to bed though, so I decided to knock on Hiroko's door instead. But when I got there... Huh. There was no one there. It was like Hiroko had disappeared completely. Huh. This is ridiculous. Just where did she go? As I stood there wondering to myself, I heard a noise. It sounded like propellers. Dude, was it the key to like... Nah. Wait, what? I looked over the railing and down onto the schoolyard. There, hovering the wall of fire, was a drone with a fire extinguisher mounted to it. What? And standing next to it. Hiroko! Hiroko activated the extinguisher and created a hole in the wall. She stepped through it and out into the night. Where's she running off to now? I scrambled down the stairs, hoping it wasn't too late to catch her. I arrived in the entrance hall, and sure enough, one of the fire extinguishers was missing. I grabbed the remaining one and headed outside. What are you cooking, Hiroko? Once I was past the wall, I walked around for a while, but I didn't see any trace of Hiroko. Huh? Guys, I shouldn't be surprised. She could be anywhere out here. But now that I come this far, I couldn't just give up. Between what she told me last night and her conversation with Siri today, Hiroko had a lot of explaining to do. I wanted to know why she was wandering around off-school grounds at night too. Just what is she up to? I still glancing around and made my way down a narrow alley between two crumbling old buildings. Maybe she's going to second to last defense academy? I don't know. I mean, why would she go there now? And why would Siri give her anything? Because, like, Siri and Nigo can't communicate between themselves, like, remotely. I don't think that's what she's doing. That doesn't make sense to me. That's when I saw it. As I was turning a corner, I caught sight of someone. They were a pretty long distance away. It was dark too, so I couldn't make out that many details. But even from behind, it was obvious enough who it was. Hiroko. She was standing outside the entrance to a building on the edge of town ruins. Okay. It didn't look like a house. It was probably some kind of office or facility. She looked around her one last time before slipping inside and disappearing from view. Huh. I hurried after her. What is this place? What the fuck, brother? Guess I'll head inside. I went through the entrance gate and headed toward the main building. I opened the door as slowly and quietly as I could and went inside. Right away, I noticed that one of the doors in the hall was slightly ajar and light was spilling out from the room beyond. I crept closer and peered through. What the actual fuck is going on, Punto? What the actual fuck? Is this like one of those manufacturing plants for invaders? But why would she know about that and why would she want to come here? I'm clueless. Yeah, like, I have no idea. What the... My hand shot up to cover my mouth. I'd almost said that out loud. Hiroko was in there, alright, but she hadn't noticed that I was here yet. I noticed some kind of large machine casing a few feet away from the door. I darted in and snuck behind it. I was also thinking about the invader facilities. Yeah, that's the one thing that's on my mind, but I don't know. With a sigh of relief, I took another look around the room. It was packed with weird-looking machinery, most of it rusting or broken. Is she about to make a clone of herself or some shit? Maybe this was a research lab once. Doesn't look like it's been used in a long time. I poked my head out from the hiding place to see what Hiroko was doing. She seemed to be operating one of the machines, pausing every now and then to adjust her glasses. That should do it. Now, I swear she's gonna clone herself. She walked over to a giant locker and pulled the door open. What the fuck? That's the sponsor suit, brother. What the fuck? What the what? Why? What? What the hell is happening? What the hell is happening? Brother, what the fuck is going on? I actually have no idea. Of course you know where to get what, I guess, yeah. In the previous route, yeah, she knew where this one suit was. Inside where, well, they were some kind of all-body suits like what deep sea divers or astronauts would wear. There were several hanging in that locker, more than 10 at least. There were helmets too, old-timey, heavy-looking ones. Hiroko grabbed the suit and then a helmet and took them out of the locker. Huh? Wait, she's not going to change right here, is she? The thought of it being here while she undressed got me really nervous. Luckily or unluckily, she didn't actually strip down but put the suit on over her clothes. Shame. Huh? There, ready to go. Dude, I swear to God, is she gonna clone herself? What is she doing? I'm running out of time. If I don't make the leap soon. Did she say, what is she talking about? What does she mean by leap? What the fuck? Is she leaping through timelines? Did she say leap? What was that all about? Or is this fucking quantum leap? There's no fucking way, dude. At the back of the room was a control console of some kind. Hiroko walked up to it and brought her fist down on a big red button. That done, she stepped up to a circular platform next to the machine. She got to the center of it and stood there. Then particles of light started to fill the space around her. Where is she gonna go to the satellite? Huh? Wait a minute. What the heck? I had no idea what was going on, but my pulse was racing. My mind was drawing a complete blank. Dude, is she actually making a copy of herself and this is actually gonna copy Takumi too? Because Takumi was like next to her and that's how you have these two like wandering suited people. But that doesn't make any sense because that is not happening in the other timelines. Why do we have them there? Are they time travelers? What the fuck? There was just one thought in my head. One thought and a rising sense of panic. Hiroko was going to disappear. I'd never see her again. I couldn't let that happen. So you jumped in?
Hiroko!
Whoa.
Huh?
I got chills, Ponta. Did we fucking jump to another timeline and try to— This is the timeline of the two suited people! We are— Oh my god! We— Brother! Oh my god! Okay. It was good to have you here, brother. I cannot keep going.
I'm just gonna leave it at this is as good a stopping point as I'll have. I cannot fucking believe it. Those two sponsors are them exactly. I can't sleep now. I fucking told you. I think one of the first things I said when we saw them for the first time, I was like, dude, is this like a clone of Takumi or some shit? Brother. What are they trying to accomplish, though? Do you have any idea what these two could possibly be trying to accomplish? I wonder if they were trying to, like... Dude, oh my god, now my mind is racing! Oh my god, what a beautiful ending. You got him. That was so worth it. It was so worth it coming here. Oh, brother. Wow. Dude, honestly, you know what? I have no idea what they're accomplishing. Like, Sirei gave something to Hiroko. I don't know what that was. I don't know what little... It looked like a little remote controller or like a ticket or some sort of tablet. I don't know. Check the timeline, please. What do you mean? You mean checking the chapter select? It's day 5, brother. Seems like I have a lock here, but I don't want to spoil myself on what that is because it might be a choice. It's still day 5. But there's no description on anything, and everyone's alive. But yeah, I'm just gonna leave it at that. So, yeah. Mr. Leone, we did it. Cook your theories, think on it, reflect on it, because we're gonna be back to this probably on Wednesday to figure out what the fuck these two were doing. And it makes sense why they never wanted to be seen, right? It makes sense why they never wanted to be seen. So, like, I wonder if the killing game was caused by someone who took their, like, power of leaping between dimensions. Maybe Eito, maybe in this timeline, Eito is gonna take our ability to travel between dimensions and he's gonna make a leap himself. Right? That makes sense, doesn't it? And that explains his involvement in the other timeline. Oh my god, dude, this is cooking. Oh, this is the most hyped I've been for this game in a while. Brother. Dude, okay. I will say, I think this is like way better than if you did this route first. Because, like, now that we have all these other routes where we had these two, like random sponsors walking around, and we never knew what the fuck was up with them, and now we realize it was Hiroko and Takumi. That's fucking wild to me. That is fucking wild to me. Like, if we did this in reverse order and we had this first and then we saw the two commanders, sorry, the two sponsors, I think it wouldn't be as effective. This is perfect. This ending unlocked Pandora's box. It kind of did, brother. Oh, God, that was a session. Dude, I seriously, from the bottom of my heart, thank you so much for being here for this entire ordeal. It was so fun to have you around for this monumental stream. I'm so glad we got to do the 12 hours at the end, even though it wasn't the perfect way I wanted it to. My throat is dying. I think I'm just gonna take tomorrow to rest, because I don't know if I'm gonna be able to, like, literally speak at all. But yeah, today was incredible. Oh, have a good night, YouTube, and sweet dreams, and cook those theories up. Let me know anything if you want to share. Bye bye, have a good night, and again, thanks for being around. See you later, man.